Alrighty, guys. Welcome to today's stream. Sorry, I forgot to say we were starting. How you doing, everybody? Massive game today. The informed team in the comp, Hawthorn up against the Cats down in Geelong. It's going to be a big game. 200 games for Gary Rowan as well. And subs are Ollie Henry for the Cats and Harry Morrison for the Hawks. So, big game today. Have you seen anything about saying when Hawthorn last played down there?
It was when Cameron Mooney was still playing.
Okay. So a while.
Yeah, I think it'd be
A couple of weeks, a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
12 to 18 months.
Yeah, 12 to 15 years ago, I reckon it was.
So we both picked. I picked Geelong. You picked Geelong, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, basically because it's down there. I think.
Yeah.
It's the basic reasoning behind all that. Not exactly.
I don't know how many of these Hawthorn players actually play down there.
I don't think any of. Oh, unless there's a traded one. Hang on. Because none of the original Hawthorn players. Scrimshaw maybe would have done it at Scrimshaw and Frost may have done it at their previous clubs. Amon would have done it. Debrat, no, he wouldn't have.
No. Impey would have.
Chol, probably.
I reckon about 4 of them, maybe.
Yeah, and that's I don't think any of them got wins. So players moved into their positions now, guys. Big game for round 17. Only one win away from each other on the ladder. Geelong are in the 8. Hawthorn trying to find their way to break back into finals for the first time since 2018. If they can knock this one down today, they give themselves a big chance. From the tap down, Meek wins the first tap. But the Cats should get the first clearance here. Stewart over the top to the captain in Dangerfield, who bursts away inside the forward 50. Great kick. And hits up Jeremy Cameron. People have been saying this week he's due. And a perfect start here for Geelong.
Well, that was just the perfect execution out of the midfield, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's not much you could have done about that from Hawthorn's point of view. So it looks like Meek, I think, definitely can take the win in the Battle of the Rucks today.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's going to have to be on Hawthorn's mids as well. So Jeremy Cameron lines up. He's been out of form the last couple of weeks. But he comes in now. Bit of a tough angle. He hooks it to the right-hand side. So the first score of the evening goes Geelong's way. So not a very good kick there, to be honest with you. So, of course, Hawthorn are missing their captain today, and James Sicily. And also Jack Ginnivan as well. But handy ins as well. They brought in Mitch Lewis this week. From the kick out there from Amon, wasn't the best. Now Tui drives it along to the goal square. Neil is there. Up goes Frost. Let it get out the back. Rowan handballs through, trying to find Dempsey. Just out of his grasp and runs out of bounds inside the right forward pocket. Here for the Cats.
I thought Shannon knew how to do better there. He was against the mismatch of Amon.
Yeah,
he could have just bowled him over.
Yeah.
And he really should have taken that contested mark there.
So locked inside the Cats forward 50 early in this one. Tap down from Meek. He gathers the ball off the ricochet. Dangerfield dug it out of there well. Gives it out to Myers. The inside outer kicks an absolute floater to the other pocket. Neil went up. Took the body of Jaff, I believe. Great little step from Scrimshaw. Feigned the give, then gave it to Warple. He's at half back now. Warple down the wing. Not the greatest looking kick. Duncan took it away. Now he can go. Kicks it to centre half forward. Good option in the end. And the Cats will just hold it up for the moment. Jeremy Cameron has the footy again.
He's got the distance.
He's definitely looking that way at the moment.
And Tui's just behind him if he wants to give it off.
So now Jeremy Cameron. So he had a shot, missed pretty poorly. He comes in now, runs a little bit of an arc, and this one's gone to the left. That one looked like it was going to shape right in and then just suddenly took a left turn there. I don't think that would have really enjoyed Jezza Cameron too much. So Jack Scrimshaw will take the kick in again. So Hawthorn a little bit under siege in the first couple of minutes of this game. They're going to go towards the outer wing here. Chol got pushed out of it a little bit too easily. Collar Jasny. Looks like free kick's going to be ripped out here. Unsure if it's going to. It's going to go Hawthorn's way to Meek. So Taconi gave away that free kick there. Don't know why they didn't allow the advantage, but anyway. So Lloyd Meek has it at half back. Oh, don't know about the short little kick there. Made it really hard there for Day to get down, and now the Cats can go again. Dempsey, little kick over the top, and again, it's Jeremy Cameron. Well, he's had 2 shots at goal. One went right. Here we go, plays on. Jeremy Cameron says, I'm not taking any more time, boy. He said he's hooked it again. It's another behind for Jeremy Cameron.
Oh, Jesus. He could have just ripped this game apart already in the first 2.5 minutes. But Hawthorn are lucky he hasn't taken the opportunity.
Well, 3 behinds there from Jeremy Cameron. He's kicked one to the right, one to the left, and now he's hooked one to the right off the snap. So Hawthorn a little bit lucky early in this one. Goes along with the kick to the wing. Meek brings it to ground. Can't gather it on the turf, and now Guthrie wrapped up by Mitch Lewis. He's such a big inclusion, Mitch Lewis.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they structure up here because of him coming in.
Yeah. So from the tap down again, Dempsey coming through. Atkins in and under as always. Threw it out though. Didn't get sighted there by the umpire, and it's going to be another throw up. So yeah, interesting how they line up today. They've got Chol there, Gunston. They've got Mitch Lewis as well. Interesting to see how they'll go at Hawthorn. So from the stoppage, the Cats break through inside the forward 50, and again on the lead. This time it's Shannon Neal. Looking prestigious early here, the Cats. Just need to start putting it on the scoreboard. It's been a bit too easy so far for Geelong. So great work. In fact, that was the coning there. Great work. So Shannon Neal, he is for the future. Will take over from Tom Hawkins when he eventually retires. But right now, Shannon Neal, he comes in and looks pretty good. Is it going to hold the line? On the line, in fact, it was Jaff who knocks it out through for another behind.
To be honest, that was pretty poor by Geelong on the line there. Like, Jaff
it didn't have any contest on
one
contest.
of the smallest players in that was down there, and no one gave body contact onto him.
So again, they go on this outer side. Hawthorn, long kick to Coney. May have got a high one, play on. Dempsey hands it through Henry, and now Colin Jasny jams it on the boot towards the pocket. Slapped to ground there from Scrimshaw and out of bounds in the forward pocket. So right now, Hawthorn under siege. I don't think they've entered their forward half yet. And Geelong have kicked 4 behinds. Yeah, well, they haven't had inside 50. 6 inside 50s to Geelong for 4 behinds. So Neil thumps it down. Scrimshaw just gets it on the boot quickly. Poor kick. And Tom Stewart takes it directly on 50. Slight angle. He's moving to the midfield the last couple of weeks, trying to break the tags if he was getting off half back. So right now, Tom Stewart.
I think he has the distance in him, but
Hasn't kicked many goals though. He's only kicked the 4 in his career. Sure, they'll get around him if he kicks the first of the afternoon. So now Tom Stewart. He runs his arc. He's going to go long with the kick. It's bending, but not far enough. On the line though, not called there from Shannon Neal. So another behind for the Cats.
Jesus, they could have just blown this game away within 5 minutes, but they just haven't taken the opportunity. Ugh.
So Jack Scrimshaw, oh God, he almost fumbled the bounce, but now he goes long down the wing. Henry in front did well there. Lewis to bring it to ground. Day looking for the 1-2, and the Koning locks him up. Just out of bounds it goes, but great work from Geelong so far. Sam Mitchell chewing on the few bits of fingernail he has left. A very nervous start here for the Hawks. So tap down from Meek. Newcomb spun out of trouble. Did well. Got the handball over the top. Towards Warple. He gets wrapped up. And it'll be another ball up on the outer right now. So a little bit repeat stoppages here on the outer wing. Yet to bring it on the commentary side. Meek almost looked for the free. Didn't get it. Trying to go through his bows. Let it go. Now Newcomb tries to break away. Locked up by Stewart. And it'll be a ball up in the centre square. So
early bit of possession at the moment.
Yeah, just need to try and get it out of their forward half. But they're going to go through again here, the Cats. Stepping through nicely was Manor. Trying to get it off the ground was Clark. Couldn't get it off of the ground perfectly. And now Mork, just out of his grasp. Body lined it there. Clark did pretty well. Stengel off the ground. Bouncing ball and Weddle. Take his time. And now D'Ambrosio. Short little kick out on the wing. And now finally the Hawks can get it into their forward half, maybe. Warple just treads water for the moment. Directing traffic. He's going to go long towards half forward. On the lead is Chol. That's a great grab down low. So Chol just holds it up for the moment. This is the first time they've been on this side of the centre circle. And he goes backwards. So Hawthorn just setting it up here. D'Ambrosio. Just taking their time here, Hawthorn. They don't want to bomb long. So Blake Hardwick has it. But D'Ambrosio has it again. So a short little kick now. And it's Connor McDonald. Oh, fuck. So Connor McDonald looking for an option. He's just going to set a really high ball to the pocket. Jack Henry looks like he's in the perfect spot. Did well the Hawks to bring that one to ground. Stewart stepped through well to Tui. He's just going to blast it away. Inside the centre square, the Hawks have the numbers here. Jarman Impey stands under it, took it strongly. They want to go a little bit quicker, aim on. So definitely got the directive, the Hawks, to not bomb long. Newcomb kicks it to half forward. Good kick to Moore. Dylan Moore, probably been in All-Australian form right now. Say he'd make it into the spot at half forward for the All-Australian team this year. Goes with the low ball into the pocket for the lead. Couldn't mark it there, Lewis. Blitzar's wrapped up. Just got a handball away to Henry. Clark, and now he can go with a short little kick to close. A good steal. Did really well there. It was Seamus Mitchell. Been a bit in and out this year so far, Seamus Mitchell. But he's a great prospect. He's going to set it up here for Chol. Brought to ground for Decone. Watson couldn't grab it cleanly. May have got a high one more. Snuck it through a couple. It's gone through. It has! Dylan Moore says it's touched. But the umpire's made a goal.
Yeah, they know it's touched. Well, Dylan Moore thinks it is.
Well, Dylan Moore a little bit too honest there. He snuck it through a couple of bodies. He's sitting up from behind. Got to tell you, Dylan Moore, just feign that you got it through. Big celebration. He's too honest. But the goal has been paid. So we'll go back to the centre square. It obviously will be reviewed.
Surely it was touched. Surely, yeah. Like, there's three there. Surely a Geelong player touched that. Yeah.
Yeah, it came off of... I think it came off
Holmes definitely touched that.
Oh, hang on.
Wait. Yeah, the bottom hand.
Oh, it's the bottom hand of Max Holmes. Sorry, I thought that was his foot for him. I don't know why I thought that was his foot. Yeah, so it has been touched. So, sorry to Hawthorn fans, but that's going to be called a behind. So they got a bit lucky there, Geelong, though. Imagine if they could see the first goal after having 5 pretty simple shots on goal in this game so far. So Dylan Moore, a little bit too honest there. Maybe you should have just continually celebrated. Maybe you would have got... I don't think you would have got away with it, but still... So here we go. The Cats just exit their defensive 50. Long ball for Rowan. Great work there from Weddle. Couldn't mark though. Ooh. Dempsey looking for the run. The give and go from Manor on the bounce. They did pretty well here, Geelong. Cameron about to get shut down by Newcomb. Did really well. Hunted him down. Ball spills out now for Jaff. Dangerfield wraps him up, not letting him go. It'll be a ball up just on the outer side here. Forward side of the wing here for the Cats.
You think Lloyd Meek, as you said to start off with, should be dominating here at the clearances.
From the tap down, Dempsey, little shovel out nicely to Manor. He sends it inside the forward 50. Neil pushed out of it a little. Scrimshaw just tapped it to the voice of Hardwick. They do well here, Hawthorn. Newcomb and now Scrimshaw on the right boot. Wide ball, it's out on the full. On the skinny ground of GMHBA, you just got to be careful with those sort of kicks. So Dempsey has the footy. Great play for the future for the Cats. He's going to wind up and go long. Up there, Blitzar's got 2 hands to it and brings it down. Great mark. A little bit easy there for Geelong. Hawthorn, just a little bit of lapse in judgment there. And the chance here for Mark Blitzar to finally get Geelong's first goal.
He was the only player that looked like he wanted the ball. All the Hawthorn players...
Yeah, they all just saw it drop in front of them.
Yeah, Weddle really hasn't had a good start. He was started on Cameron and he was on Blitzars in that contest.
So Mark Blitzars to finally get Geelong's first goal. He's hooked it as well.
Oh, God.
Has it made the distance? No, Shannon Neal on the line!
Really?
Well, here's another opportunity for the Cats.
Really poor by Hawthorn, that.
So Shannon Neal, an opportunity, tucked up in the pocket. He'll snap on his right boot. He's had a slider. Neal comes around, snaps on goal, and finally the Cats get the first goal of the evening. Well, they do deserve it, Geelong. They've wasted a lot of opportunities so far in this game, but they finally get there first. That was a shocking kick, by the way, from Blitzars. Holy shit, that was bad.
Yeah, he just... Scrimshaw just never had any touch on him then. Just let Shannon Neal have an easy run at that.
Fuck. Damn it. So finally we get the first goal down in GMHBA Stadium. They lead by 10. Blitzars with the tap down. Free kick's been called out here, but the Cats won't take the advantage, so it'll come back to Dangerfield in the middle. Oh, he wasn't on the mark. No, what? What is going on? Oh. So Jack Bowes has the free kick and immediately gets it and plays on. I don't know why Hawthorn didn't man the mark, but he goes with a higher ball now. Rowan got hands to it, brought it to ground. Coming through well, there's Clark. Just got it away. McDonald, well on there from Bowes to body line it. Running through now. Dangerfield jams it forward. Up for Dempsey. Good spoil from D'Ambrosio. Mitchell shut down by Manor. Hardwick gathered. Immediately wrapped up by two Cats. It'll be a ball up. So Geelong just flexing their muscles so far in this game. Meek won it down. McKenzie couldn't gather. He goes to ground. May have got a high one. It spills out to Bowes. And another stoppage. So just over 10 minutes to go in this first quarter. Cats lead it by 10 points. Meek again, I think he's won every single hit out so far. Warple with the clearance, bouncing ball. Duncan has his time, gives it off to Dempsey, who spins, gave it back to Duncan on the bounce. He tried to step through, back to Dempsey. Can someone get boot to ball? He goes long, underneath it. Good mark down low from Lloyd Meek. They're under siege at the moment, Hawthorn.
Oh,
Meek with the short kick, it's dangerous. Warple didn't mark it, play on. He's going to go wide. This is the first time they've gone on this commentary side, and Gunston takes the mark. I think that was actually paid to Warple, but nonetheless, short ball to Impey. So despite the dominance of Geelong, they only lead by 10 points. The kick forward towards Newcomb, gathered by Kolajasny, who did go out of bounds in the end.
Well, at the moment, you see the dominance in the midfield of the experiences of Dangerfield.
Yeah, but I don't think Meek has lost a ruck contest so far, so he's got to start hitting it to his teammates.
Yeah.
So first tap down there, it's Blitzars. Straight towards Dangerfield. That may have gone out. Play on. Myers threaded it through nicely. Blitzars over the top to Bowes. He's got a few options. Touches the ball to the turf. Gives it off to Dangerfield from 50. Vintage danger. Top of the goal square. Great mark from D'Ambrosio.
Dangerfield should have went for that. I really believe he should have went for that one. But that was a brilliant mark from D'Ambrosio.
They're out here. McKenzie takes a bounce. Gives it off to the runner in Hardwick. He takes his time, low ball towards the wing for Gunston on his toes. And he acts like he's trying to get rid of it, but not too much about that. How you doing, Menang Aussie family? You barrack for the Hawks, I'm assuming, or you're tipping them? That's a great mark from D'Ambrosio.
Yeah.
So from the stoppage, the ball trickles out in front of Nash, and there'll be a throw in. So just under 9 minutes to play in this first quarter. Only one goal has been kicked, but been a pretty entertaining start.
Yeah, Geelong, if they kick straight, they could have just blown this game away, but they just haven't, and Hawthorn seem to have settled.
Newcomb wrapped up immediately by Atkins. So it looks like there's no real run with rolls at the moment. You're the only one here? Oh, well, we appreciate you, man. Tap down straight to Atkins, who tried to spin out, threw it away. Should have been rewarded there, McKenzie. Play on. Meek kicks it towards half forward. In front was Gunston, spoiled away. Humphreys in his second game couldn't gather. McDonald dribbled it through to Newcomb. Wrapped up by two Cats. It'll be another ball up just outside the forward 50 for Hawthorn. Players just can't seem to find any sort of space in this game so far. Tap down from DeConing. Newcomb stepped back through traffic. Day out to Nash. He can go with a high ball at the top of the goal square. Who can get there first? Lewis couldn't mark. Bounces nicely for Day, who shrugged the tackle of close. Couldn't get the ball through. Went to ground there more. Nearly got a high one. In fact, it was Bruce. Day. And now D'Ambrosio gets back onto his left. He sets it up once again. Chol's there. Gunston as well. It gets out. Guthrie, Tui, and now Henry just jammed it on the boot. Dangerous kick, but close. Took a good mark at half back. So they survived that little fracas forward there from Hawthorn. And Geelong can just settle it down. So a high ball. Good mark there from Rowan in game 200. And the supporters get around him for that. So Rowan, he's looking a little bit more inboard. Looks like he's going to switch the play. So he goes right back to Jack Henry. So a short kick to Tui at centre half back. So he's got the whole field ahead of him. If Hawks score a goal, I'll like. Oh, okay. Come on, Hawthorn. So Henry works it short. Nice kick in the end. Just hits up Atkins. So Geelong really have not moved forward in any of these kicks so far, so I don't know if they're padding their stats in the first quarter or not. I'd say that's what Tom Atkins is. Oh, in fact, it's Clark, sorry. He works it short. Now they can go forward. So he goes long with the kick. High ball. Looking for Dangerfield. May have got a high one. Should have got the free. Play on. Rowan. Stengel. Kolajazzi doesn't kick a lot. Gives it over to Dempsey. They can run it to the goal line in the Cats. Close. Oh, it's a Koning. He's just too quick for Meek. And he runs into the open goal. And Geelong have their second. Well, if it was anyone but Lloyd Meek, I feel like he would have been caught there to Koning.
Yeah.
If you saw Meek, it was like him running down the stairs. It never really looked like he could get his full run in.
They pretty much played with them there, Geelong. Like, it was a... Once the ball hit the ground there, it was all Geelong. And they
almost kicking into the head of Cameron.
Probably should have been a free to Dangerfield there.
Yeah, I think the umpire was going to pay it, but didn't for some reason. In the end, it doesn't really matter. The Cats still get their goal, but they lead it by 16 points at the moment. Just starting to put a little bit more on the scoreboard that they do deserve a big lead, the Cats, but they only lead it by just under 3 goals. Knee up into Chol wasn't paid. McKenzie, he'll get the clearance forward here for Hawthorn. High ball, great work from Duncan. So now Bose gets dragged down from Chol. Just got the kick away, went about 5 metres. Atkins wrapped up by Warple, and then Day jumps over the top of him. Not anymore. I know, I'm so devastated. I'm not going to get the like. Unlucky. Anyway, how you doing, Brendan? So tap down from DeConing. Clark. In fact, it's Atkins got a handball away. Nash went to ground, got a handball click. Pass through to Moore, who dribbles it just wide here of centre half forward. Good tap on. Moore socketed off the ground into the pocket. He could almost run into his own kick. Gunston couldn't gather it. Body lined it there. Stewart tapped it to himself. Umpire circles for the moment while Moore gets dragged to ground by Holmes. The Tom Stewart may have just gone back for the last few minutes here. So now Meek again taps it down, but it's going to be cleared by Holmes. It has gone 15. Wasn't paid. McKenzie got a handball away straight to Myers, who can now go inside the centre square with the kick. It's a dangerous option. Mitchell did okay. Neil tried to keep it in front of him. And now Jezza Cameron bursts through a couple. They can run it again to the goal line. Cameron over the top to Stengel. If he gathers cleanly, they can run it all the way through. And in game 200, Gazza Rowan can celebrate.
And for the second time in a matter of minutes, they have just... They have the extra man over the top. Yeah, they...
You good, thanks. You got the massive upset right first time this year. Oh, did you pick North Melbourne, did you? I wouldn't say Port was a massive scalp. Although I think maybe... I did kind of say that North Melbourne could win that game. So, you know, I should have just picked it. So from the tap down to Koning, gave it through to Bose, missing got to ground, but now Stewart hands it through. Atkins, low ball inside 50, and the Cats just starting to flex their older muscles here. So Gary Rowan takes the mark and a chance here to kick 2 quick goals in a minute.
Could have a field day in his milestone match.
So Hawthorn just aren't settling into this game. Felt like they were midway through the quarter, but right now the Cats Big opportunity here to start really putting it on the scoreboard. So usually a pretty good set shot kick, Gary Rowan. He comes in, kicks it high, kicks it long, and Gary Rowan gets his second. So angry, Menang. I think Hawthorn will settle, but they need to keep the scoreboard in check. What are they doing? I don't know. It's just, it feels like they're losing at stoppage. That's probably their big thing. They're losing in the midfield. They're getting beaten by the... Like, Dangerfield's had a really good start to this game. Atkins did really well there. Stewart's played quite good in the start. Hawthorn's midfield needs to lift. That's probably my big thing I'd say so far.
Yeah, especially with the dominance that Lloyd Meek should be really having at the moment.
Yeah. So Hawthorn really need to win this next clearance. DeConing won it down towards Bowes and Day. He tapped it forward. Now off the soccer is DeConing towards centre half forward. Myers got it out. Meek, Nash, Warple. Over the top to Jaff who can run. He'll gallop all the way to 50 if he can. Handball over the top to Impey. He got shut down by Duncan. Holds him up. Somehow got boots to ball. DeConing. Let it go. Right in front of the umpire. He wasn't going to pay it. And a ball up. Jarman Impey not impressed. I think he was asking for his teammates to say he was hot. But right now, a little bit unlucky they didn't get through there. Meek. Handballs forward. Duncan shut it down. The kick wasn't the greatest, but it ricochets now to Blitzars. He breaks the tackle. Shut down Atkins by Day. The light got taken out of him for the moment.
It's what they need. They need some bloody pressure on the ball.
Shut him down. Maybe that can lift them. Day on cue gets the ball forward. Going back with the flight with Stewart. Couldn't mark, but now Henry. The inside kick was nice. It goes to Duncan. And they can switch it in Geelong. They can really go. Holmes takes the mark. Just inside the centre square on the outer side. Doesn't have a lot of options. He's going to go towards half forward. Not a great looking kick for Stengel. Hardwick bodyline the ball. Bounces it off his knee. He can keep on going. Great work. McDonald. Handball through now to Moore. Nash. Again, they just don't want to go forward too quickly here. So he gives it off to Meek. And Meek sends a long handball out to Jaff. I mean, I know they don't want to go long, but they've broken down here in this game so far. So Nash has it. Forward side of the middle. Gives it off.
Give it to him.
Newcomb still trying to find Amon, who kept on running unopposed. Holmes gave it through, and again they've turned it over. He's going to send it long centre half forward for Stengel. Great spoil from Impey. Had to get that to ground, he did. Jaff. Let it go though. Dangerfield got the hands free. Handballed it to the voice. He finally got it Duncan. Manor shuts down Dave. We got him high. So a free kick to Will Day.
Wasn't impressed he gave away the free kick there.
Sean Manor a little bit not impressed. He's only had, this is his third game of his AFL career, Sean Manor. Came from Werribee last season after a big grand final against the Gold Coast with 6 goals. Oh, that's a terrible kick from to D'Ambrosio. And now Myers cuts it off. Gives it off to Dangerfield, who can burst away with his vintage speed. Long kick for Stengel. Somehow got back there. Scrimshaw got a fingertip to it. Ricochets now to Day. Takes his time. Handball over the Warple. Now Nash. Back to Day. They're just messing around with it a little bit, Hawthorn, but now they're working on the wing. D'Ambrosio can go. Again, they don't want to rush here, Hawthorn. It's very interesting. They're usually a lot more of a bursting speed team. Mitchell can go inside the forward 50 with a kick, but it's a dreadful kick. Turns it over to Guthrie. Dreadful kick, Hawthorn. Just haven't settled into this game. So just under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. So Guthrie goes high and long here. 1-on-1. Frost brings it to ground. D'Ambrosio. Underground handball did well there. Hardwick. Threaded it through now. Frost. D'Ambrosio. They work it well here, Hawthorn. The ball goes long, smothered, and runs out of bounds. Just outside the forward 50 of Hawthorn on the outer side. Well, Jesus. This is a very good start from Geelong. Their pressure rating's up. They're 201 compared to Hawthorn. Not bad, 188, but it just feels like Geelong's pressure is a lot better. So tap down from DeConing towards Bowes, who handballed it through. Over the top towards Dangerfield, who let it go. Day. He needs to lift a little. The inside kick to Newcomb. Out the back. Play on. Wizard Kid gets it forward off the bounce now. Was touched off Gunston. He's trying to get rid of it. Ball up.
The last 5 minutes, you see Will Days
Trying to work
come
his way
back into
into it.
it.
So back in the ruck. Meek up against Koenig. Tapped out the back. Just missed more. Guthrie wrapped up. He's in trouble. He almost dragged it in as well, but it's going to be a call to ball up. The Roos can finish as high as 16th. Yeah, West Coast haven't done that well about the last month or so. Meek tried to take it out of the ruck, trying to get the handball away, looking for a high one, didn't get it. Henry wrapped up on Mitch Lewis, who sends it long! Got a touch on the line there, Max Holmes. Well, Mitch Lewis nearly got it all the way home.
God, I think Lloyd Meek should be asking. Yeah.
So 44 seconds on the clock, long ball. Newcomb got a high one, surely. Wasn't seen by the umpire again.
Jesus.
I mean, there's 4 of them out there, but, you know, I mean, I'm sure one of them was blindsided. Fuck, mate.
Surely.
Meek taps it down towards Warple. Finally, they can get a clean clearance.
Beautiful.
Step through the traffic. James Warple from 50. Kicks it long. Oh, that's an inspirational goal from the Warpedo. Great goal there from James Warple and Hawthorn. Can they use that as a catalyst into this game? Didn't they count as a point?
I think it was a free.
Oh, it was a free kick. Okay, I'll take it away then.
But it's what they needed. They finally got some meterage from their bloody their stoppage dominance that Meek should be giving them, but they just haven't capitalised on it yet until then. But the lovely tap from Meek straight down to Warple.
So Hawthorn with 24 seconds in the first quarter. They finally get their first goal. So back in the tap. Meek won it down. Dangerfield couldn't grab it cleanly. Newcomb. Oh, he couldn't get away. A clean handball. Turned it over. Wait, free kick's being called. It's going to go Hawthorn's way. Very lucky there. That wasn't called advantage. So now Day starting to dominate a little bit more in this game. He sends it long for Watson. May have got one in the back. Not called. Great work there from Guthrie. And that should probably see us to quarter time. Maybe not. Duncan's going to go long with 5 seconds to go. Can Taconi wheel and go? 3, 2. He's not going to have enough time. And at quarter time, Max Holmes will mark it on the wing. You play it on. It was already called. So Max Holmes just kicks it away from the umpire. Like the big kid against the little kid in high school. But anyway, that is your quarter time scoreline. So at quarter time, Geelong lead at 4-5-29 to Hawthorn 1-1-7. So a good start for Geelong, of course. Looking at the statistics of the game so far, Ollie Dempsey has 10 touches and Mitch Duncan with the 9. He's had a brilliant start off halfback. Will Day definitely worked into that first quarter. He's had 11 highest possession getter on the ground. So he's definitely probably been... If I looked at the best players on the ground so far, I'd probably say Gary Rowan's up there. Tom Stewart, I've really liked his first quarter. Sam de Koning, I wouldn't give him a lot, to be honest. I think Lloyd Meek... He's dominated the hitouts, but I feel like his advantage hitouts... I mean, he's hit 13 hitouts. And he really hasn't done a lot with it. I feel like he needs to be doing a lot more. It'd be interesting. Like, Jeremy Cameron kicked 3 behinds. So, I mean, for fuck's sake. They could have put this game, not to bed, but they could have put a big margin in this game. But they didn't really take their chances, Hawthorn. Every day I'm humbling. I fucking hate that advert. Alright, let's quickly post the votes on Instagram. So who'd you give the Port votes to? Oh, wait. Exclusive live pics of the votes. So who are we going to give them to?
3 to Rosie.
3 votes. C, Rosie.
2 to Mitch Georgiadis.
M, Georgiadis. Yep. I spelled it wrong. Good on me. And then 1 vote. watched the other game, so I have no clue, guys, by the way. I watched the other game, which was a lot better, I'm going to be honest. Didn't go over 20 points in that game. Oh. Have you got a one vote, or you just don't want to bother?
It's hard, this one. To be honest,
We're not giving one vote this week.
I think Zach Thatcher.
Why?
Won.
You're gonna have to say why.
18 disposals, 11 marks, and 8 intercept possessions.
Who did he play on?
Pretty much anyone that was forward because they played like dog shit.
Surely.
I think he's bad. I think he's defensive.
Come on, we can't give it to Brendan Zerk Thatcher. Surely you can give it like Zach Butters.
Or Ollie Wines, I thought. I think Ollie Wines was better than Zach Butters today.
Ollie Wines, one vote. I'm not going to Zerk Thatcher. You have to do really well to play and get a defender vote. So I'd go 3 votes in the North Melbourne game to Harry Sheasel. I thought he was brilliant. 2 votes I'd probably give to Luke Davies-Uniacke. And the 1 vote I'd give to Tristan Cherry. To be honest, a lot of the Gold Coast players, other than maybe Noah Anderson, I'd probably give I'd think about giving him a vote, but I felt like North Melbourne were brilliant today. And McKercher was actually quite good as well. Oh, McKercher. He did give him a lot of halfback. I'll go with the votes that I've got. That's what I kind of felt when I was watching the game, so that's what I'll go with. But yeah, he played really well as well, McKercher. If anyone's doing AFL fantasy here, definitely a pickup if you need to downgrade someone.
What's he on at the moment, you know?
When I got rid of him, when he was injured, I think it was like $5.90, so very cheap.
$5.90, yeah. And he's a break even before today was 23. And he got 123. He could go up another 60.
Hang on a minute. Did North Melbourne just release the best thing of all time?
You've been working on that thing for years. It's not gonna run. Come on, let's go and play ball. You don't even know if this thing's gonna run. It will.
It's time we found out. Here, use this power source.
Yes, sir.
Stop.
I don't really know Star Wars, but I think it's funny that they just had a fucking go at the media department. Good on them, fucking North Melbourne. Good fucking on them. Watch some fucking dumb like Caroline Wilson or dumb fucking Kane Corn statement this week saying, I mean, good on them for winning. It was a really good win, but they've only won their second game. So for their media department to come out with a joke, uncalled for. I will call it now. If you haven't seen it, go look at the Instagram for North Melbourne. Because good on them for fucking calling it out. So second quarter about to get underway, guys. So here we go. Second quarter about to get underway. 22-point lead to the Cats. Hawthorn did kick the last goal of the second term, though. So here we go. From the tap down, DeConing tried to steal it. Nash got pushed into it by Stewart. Dangerfield tried to shovel it out. It spills out now to Blitzars. He sends a high ball towards the forward 50. Pack of players former gets out the back. Weddle has the possession for the moment. Scrimshaw. And now Impey. In the back pocket, wants to switch it. Across now, good kick in the end, finds McDonald. So now McDonald. Again, they just want to go back. Dangerous kick. Took the mark there, well done. Here's Scrimshaw. Now Weddle. So now he sends the long ball towards this outer wing for Meek. Guthrie got up, did well to bring it to ground. Holmes Out towards the Koning. Has a lot of time. Sends it inside the forward 50 once again. Hawthorn have the numbers. They spoil each other. Hardwick handed it through now to Impey. He goes to the outer kick. That's a good option. They just hold it up for the moment. Sends a high ball towards the wing. Cats have the numbers. Gunston got pushed underneath it. Tui gave it away to Nick Watson, who has a lot of options. Goes long out the back, all on his own. Is the inclusion in Mitch Lewis. Well, Geelong butchered that play. And a chance here for Hawthorn to get 2 in a row.
Just sort of a bit of the wizardry of...
Oh, the wizardry. Oh, you just want to get into it, don't you? Bit of
that was beautiful, yeah.
Oh, the wizardry. I wanted him to go for goal.
yeah, he should just take it on himself.
So now Mitch Lewis has had a shot so far, was touched on the line from 25 metres out, straight in front. Mitch Lewis, welcome back to the Hawks lineup.
He was always good at set shots, was Mitch Lewis, so wasn't surprising that went through.
He's such a great prospect for them.
He just needs a good run at it.
Yeah, definitely. So 16 points the margin here. Yeah, Jason Dunstall. You got to call that the wizardry of the men. That was a good call. I liked it. Meek with the tap down to Newcomb. Hawthorn really starting to work their way into it now. Nash needed to grab that one cleanly, as Manor did. Handed it back to Koning. He sends it inside the forward 50. What a kick to the lead of Shannon Neal.
He's pulled up a bit.
Well, he's pulled up a bit lame here. Oh, it's just the shoe. That's all right. Good news for Geelong. He's just pulling the boot back in. That was a great clearance there from Sam de Koning. Obviously, was dominated against his brother a couple of weeks ago, but he's really starting to forge his way into that ruck role for the Cats. Just needs to bulk up a little bit. So now Shannon Neal. He comes in now. He's already kicked one. It starts out on the right. It's working its way back. Did Meek get a touch on that? I think he did.
I don't know if he did.
The umpire has called it behind. But as we know, that doesn't mean much.
Oh, no, he did touch it.
Did well there, Lloyd Meek.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Good work there from Meek. From Lloyd Meek. I appreciate that, man. He was lucky, though. He only just got there, Lloyd Meek.
He just ran away it was like, yeah, that was obviously touched.
Yeah, he's like, boys, what are we even going to the review for? I've already touched it. So Amon's going to take the kick in here. Sends it towards the commentary side. High ball Lewis. He couldn't mark out the back. Duncan gives it off to Tui, who sets a high ball long. Hawthorn have the numbers here. 3-on-1. It's a floater! And Cameron just couldn't mark it. It's the ground. Dempsey step through the traffic. Inside out a kick from Sess DK.
I didn't even love it.
Great work there from the Cats. They needed a response. The Hawks were starting to work their way into this game. But great work here from two young players of the Cats. Dempsey off to Sam de Koning. Great work.
No one was on the boundary side there of Ollie Dempsey. Once he picked it up,
that work. Just Lloyd Meek there. It looks like that's just how they're going to play it today. Sam de Koning, he's going to be a lot better. Like, Meek will beat him at the stoppages, but around the ground, that's where Sam de Koning can get him beat.
Yeah.
And from that play, de Koning pushed forward. Meek didn't have the leg speed or the push, the want to get to him, and that's why that goal eventuated. So 23 points the margin. Meek takes it out of the ruck, handball it to the back of the numbers there from Moore. Atkins got pushed to ground, got the handball away. Stewart, underground ball was nice to Dangerfield. Had a short option, says he's going to go longer for Rowan. pushed out of it almost. Oh, Jezza Cameron stepping through a couple. Snaps on goal. Didn't get the best connection, but the result's all that matters.
Even that wasn't convincing for that shot from...
Well, he's kicked 3 behinds before that, and that was a floater, but it just went through.
Jeez, he deserves a goal. We had three other opportunities, but... Yeah. It was pretty easy. Once they got out of the congestion, that was pretty easy. Weddle... Was it Weddle this time? Yeah. I don't know if he's really the matchup for him.
Oh, he didn't hit that well at all.
He's lucky.
He's lucky he was close on goal there.
Yeah, I think the Hawthorn need to look at that matchup. If he took his opportunities, Cameron, he would have 4 on the board.
Yeah, the game would be done probably.
Yeah, what would it be, 10-2?
I still think they need a lift in the midfield though.
Oh,
Other
yeah.
than Will Day, who had a really good first quarter. Other than that, they really need a lift. So from the tap down to Coning, he got up. Tap down towards Day, who keeps it in front. Wrapped up there by Atkins. Slammed him to the turf. Now Tui sends a high ball towards half forward on the bounce. He gathered it well there, Hardwick. Stengel wraps him up. Yeah, a lot of... From the tap down, Blitzards just thumped it to the voice of Bose. Got a kick away, but good smother there from Seamus Mitchell.
To be honest, you're looking at the midfield of the Geelong with Atkins, Dangerfield and Stewart. They just seem to be... They're bigger and they've got a bit more ground at the moment than Hawthorn's midfield at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like a player like Newcomb really needs to get into this game.
Yeah.
And this guy as well, Warple. Great hands there, broke through one. It wasn't the greatest work manner. Thumped it forward. Wrapped up by 2 Cats again. Seems like that's a big thing for Geelong today as well. If they're going to make a tackle, 2 or 3 teammates come along with him. So one down again, trying to come through the stoppage was Manor. Atkins threw it away. Play on. Meek. Can't get a handball away. Had 3 people who had to take him down. Bose. Turn it over to Amon. He's going to send a high ball for Chol. Good mark from Koning. Really starting to work his way into this one. Felt like he was beaten in that first quarter, but he's kicked a goal and now takes a couple of good intercept marks. He goes long for Cameron. At the back, Mr. Scrimshaw. Neal gave it through to Bose. Handball over the top, looking for Dempsey. Had to take that one. Hardwick did well. And now McKenzie will clear. High ball towards the Koning in the one-on-one with Chol. Got back there nicely there, Collar Jasny.
That was a win for Hawthorn because they've just been... they've had a lot of pressure on their defence at the moment. So they just needed to kick it out 7 metres out for a stoppage and try and reset.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, Brendan. So from the kick away, now blitz us forward in front of Stengel. Good spoil. I think that was Hardwick. Mitchell. Scrimshaw. He's under trouble. Gave it away. Cameron. Bose. Looking for the clear man. He works it through now to Holmes. Over the top to Atkins. He can gather it off the ground. He works back. Handball out towards Clark. Now at half forward is Humphreys. Oh, he fumbled. Handball over the top. They work it through in the end and close. Who can snap on goal? You know where this one's ending up. Great work, Brad Close. And the Cats break it out to a game high 35 points.
They always had the extra there, Geelong.
It looked like they were going to mess it up. It just felt like, oh, they're going to mess this up. But then this handball here got through to Brad Close and he was always going to kick the goal. So a free kick's been, maybe not a free kick, I think it's just a 666 infringement. Umpiring Geelong's way again. From the tap down, Meek, trying to get it through, Blitzars, put the stiff arm, handballed it forward, running as far as Impey. He's going to send it back towards half forward. Free kick's been ripped out here, it's going to go Hawthorn's way downfield. So we'll go to Nick Watson, I believe. So it goes to half forward with the kick. Good work there from Holmes. Play on. It stays inbounds for the moment. Dempsey running backwards. Great little duck step. Did really well. Sends it long. Has the jump here. Scrimshaw couldn't mark it. Tapped it away. Warple against the grain. Through now is Impey. Newcomb. They work it well here, Hawthorn. Not a great handball. Has to make Weddle go back and catch it. He want to go for a run though, Josh Weddle. He sends it long. 2-on-1 here in the Cats' favour. And Colin Jasney, as he's done his whole career, takes the mark.
When you kick into Luke Bruce, like, that's not the kick. Especially to a 2-on-1 when Bruce is there.
So Clark with a low dart. Good kick in the end to Rowan. 35 points to the margin. The Cats really starting to get a good influence on the scoreboard. Rowan wants to switch it. He goes right across now to Dempsey, who wanted to give the handball. Ducks back. The kick inside 50, not a great option. And Nash goes back with the flight. Takes a good mark. Nash, dangerous lob kick. Just couldn't get the turnover there. Impey, inside handball to Warple. Had to go to his knee. Handball underground towards Jaff. Can he gather it? He got a high one, surely. He's got his buddy dreadlocks captured and then got legged. Jaff isn't impressed. He didn't get the free kick in the end, but my God, he gives it to Jeremy Cameron too. Yeah, well, he had his bloody hair taken off almost.
It's like, it's amazing how long that took to give that as a free.
Yeah, I don't think they paid the high. I think they paid the legging. Anyway, it's worked out in the end. CJ's got the free. He sends it long for Chol is there. So was Meek, brought to ground immediately. Gathered well from Holmes, who snaps it across his body. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go Hawthorn's way again. And Jaff gets right into Cameron. He's not liking it at the moment.
He ain't happy at the moment.
So now Jaff just goes in short to McDonald. So Hawthorn needs something at the moment. Just feels like they're missing a little bit of extra spark. Seems like a Ginnivan sort of moment. Unfortunately not there tonight. So McDonald goes long. High ball. Stewart in the box seat. Well done from Meg to bring it to ground. Watson gave it out to Bruce. The stiff arm was nice. Sends it inside the pocket. 1-on-1 is Gunston. Took the front spot there too. Now Guthrie got a handball away. And now Blitzars taken out of bounds by Watson. My teacher's umpiring this game. Oh, really? Nice. Is that good? Number 33. All right, we'll keep an eye out for him. So taps it down. One by Dempsey, who gets it forward inside the centre square on the bounce. Got a bad bounce. Dangerfield can take it well. Shrugged a tackle. Gave it to Rowan. They can beam off halfback nicely here, the Cats. Duncan, the outside kick. Works it well to Atkins, who sends it to half forward in front. Good mark from Scrimshaw. Looks like they may have made that change to move Scrimshaw onto him, which I think could be a better option. Goes with a switch kick towards Warple and Jaff. Oh, he was too busy thinking about what he's going to do next. Dropped a simple mark. Manor, smart kick. Gets it over to Myers. He'll wind up and looks for the short kick and finds Neil in the pocket. Jaff was too busy thinking about his next possession. You could see as he went to mark that ball, he was already ready to go, but he didn't secure the mark. And a chance here for the Cats to get another one.
And Jeremy Cameron goes over to him.
Blade Hardwick's not having any of it. You know, he'll stand up for his teammates. So Shannon Neal, he's kicked 2 this afternoon, I believe. He comes in now. Tough angle. Great kick, though. The young man stands up. And they take the lead to 41 points, the Cats. Maybe a coming-of-age game for Shannon Neal. Tequila.
That was good.
That was a song in the game. Yeah, in the game. That was the guy at the game.
He knew it once he hit the boot.
That's his second, sorry guys, not his third. Is that the match over? I wouldn't count them out just yet, Hawthorn, but they've got to improve around the midfield of the ground. And look, I mean that mistake. I don't actually look. It's a bad mistake, obviously, but at least they were trying something. They didn't try anything in the first quarter and a half of this game. The Hawks Chol takes it out of the ruck. Was expecting contact there from Blitzars, but couldn't get a handball away, so it's going to be another stoppage. There's a lot of players who are playing poorly right now for Hawthorn. I guess that's like an upside for them, that they can just get some... Oh! Fuck, that's weak. So it's a free kick going the Cats' way against Mabby or Chol for high, so Manor will get it. Manor, short little dart. Great pick up there from Dangerfield. Not the greatest user most of the time. Got pushed as he on that mark there, Cameron. He got a bit unlucky. It'll be a ball out. Ball in, sorry. So, right now, if you had to pick something that Hawthorn need to improve on, what would you say?
I think they're just going to be better than football. They just... The pressure from Geelong has been really good. They're just not dealing... They're not dealing with it at the moment.
Free kick's going to go to Geelong. I think it was Manor who got the free kick. And now
that.
Cameron winds around, goes long, and Jaff takes the mark on the line.
You can't pay that as... Because he wasn't even on his line. It wasn't on the mark. And just... Yeah, nah. That's shit ass umpiring that.
So now Jaff, he's going to send it down the wing, out of side, looking on the one-on-one. McDonald couldn't win it. Holmes, Stewart, goes long towards half forward. In front, good mark there from Weddle. That was a good win. So I think they've definitely made that change from Cameron of Weddle, and now I think that Scrimshaw's gone to him. So we'll see if that works out. Any match-fixing Studi would say. Oh, okay. I don't think it's match-fixing just yet. McDonald stole it out of his teammate's grasp to get the ball long. High ball. Great work from Day to bring that to ground. Just couldn't grab it cleanly there, Gunston. Henry, Stewart works the handball over the top. Dangerous handball. Great work from Holmes to get the handball away. Chol worked hard. They work it through nicely. A Geelong free kick's been ripped out. And it's going to go the Cats' way. Chol isn't impressed. He's got to be careful, but Tui's going to get the free kick. In fact, it's going to be paid downfield to Dempsey. So just defensive side of the wing here. Little bit of niggle in this game so far. You don't mind it. He goes long. Got pushed underneath it. Played for it a little. Jaff worked his way through that well to Warple. Little kick over the top was nice. Hits up McDonald. But Hawthorn desperately needs someone to spark them here. Just interesting. They're spark players. You'd think of like McDonald, maybe Nick Watson as well. Luke Bruce could probably, if he can still do it. Long kick off the ground. Here we go. Nash. He worked well. Handball through nicely to Moore. He backed out of trouble. Now he wheels around. Kick inside 50. Brilliant kick. And now it's Mabby or Chol.
I think that's your player there. Dylan Moore. He hasn't got into this game yet. And he's a good user of the ball.
He's a good player and he's had a really, really good season. So I think you're right. Dylan Moore's the option and just starting to work his way into it. Great kick inside 50 there as well. Didn't blast away, which a lot of his teammates have been doing so far. So Mabby or Chol, been a journeyman his whole career. Started at Richmond, went up to the Gold Coast, had a brilliant year a couple of years ago. Came back to Victoria to Hawthorn. And right now, he gives them a bit of hope. Good kick there from Mabby or Chol. Hawthorn get their third goal of the evening.
I think you chuck Dylan Moore straight to the midfield, straight into the...
He has been there a few times today, so I'll be interested to see if they go with that. Well, the one thing that would probably be on their side is youth. You know, they're not going to die wondering, I would say. I think they're just going to keep what they're going to go for this.
Yeah.
So on the bench right now is Jeremy Cameron, maybe getting his ankle re-strapped, I believe. Wouldn't be too concerned on that at the moment. But they need a lift in this middle of the ground. Hawthorn from the bounce to Coning, won it down. They can get through here nicely. Moore, as you called, went into the middle. Now Day sends it inside the forward 50 with the kick, 2-on-2. Oh. Henry took the front spot. Great mark there from Jack Henry. And he wants to go, gives it off to Duncan. He works the kick. Oh, terrible kick. Jaff dropped another mark, but he has time to recompose. Gives it off to Moore, who's working into this game. Great looking ball. And he finds Connor McDonald. Well, as you call it, as a true professional, Dylan Moore starts to work his way into the game.
Well, yeah, you just seen the last three stoppages. last 3 passages of play.
He was involved in the last 3 pushes inside their forward 50. One resulted in a goal. Another one was marked by Jack Henry. This one goes to Connor McDonald. Now, this guy's a real spark player for them as well. If it wasn't for Jack Ginnivan, I think a lot more would be talked about Connor McDonald. He comes in now. It's going to work its way back. Not enough. That was an opportunity there for Hawthorn.
He gets that.
So now Humphrey, inside the back 50, goes long for Dangerfield. Nash pushed him a little. I didn't think it was enough to be a free, but anyway.
I don't think he pushed him at all. he led into him.
So Dangerfield works it short to Duncan, who's got a lot of space here.
Oh,
Goes with the kick. Great smother from Mitchell. Got beaten to it, though, by Duncan. The old smarts there worked out well. The kick was brilliant to Myers down low. He's one of the best users in the AFL. He goes with a short kick. Got touched. Oh, surely that was touched. Yeah, even Sean Manners smiling around, but he won't mind. I don't want to see that again. That looked like it was touched. So Sean Manor, what a great story he is. Played in the VFL last year. Had a massive game in the grand final for Werribee. Saw the sights of a lot of AFL clubs. Got picked up by Geelong. And now, opportunity on the big stage to give Geelong back the momentum. So just outside 50 here, the kick will come from. He drives it long. He's left it out to the right. Has it got the distance? It does, and it's through for behind. So he's trying to get that extra distance and just didn't bring it back. So Hardwick goes long with the kick to Koning. Got hands to it, couldn't mark. Lewis didn't really get a handball away to Koning. Can't gather it. D'Ambrosio, great hands. Through to McDonald. High ball into the centre square. Moore's running back with it. He's got the ball. Did well there, Moore. Handballed out the back now to Mimpy, who can run. Stengel tried to shut him down. Aim on. At the back to Moore again. He's working his way into this game. Jaff, want to go for a run. Sends it high and long. McDonald's there, so is Gunston. McDonald kind of got out of his way a little. And now Guthrie goes long. Back goes CJ! Did not look at the footy at one moment there. They trying to take the advantage there, Stengel. He handballed through. Manor. Shut down. Gone! Great work there from McKenzie. That's a great win there for Hawthorn. When was the last game Geelong got a rough end for the umpiring? Goes wide here, D'Ambrosio. The short kick inside. Looking for Hardwick. So with just in a red time now in this second term. If Hawthorn get another one here, they'll go in with a bit of momentum at half time. Aim on. Oh, terrible kick. Humphrey stood under it. Did well to bring that to ground. To Koning, to Stewart. And now Duncan really playing a good game. High and along the kick. In front was Day. Free kick's been ripped out. And it's going to go to Neil. Holy crap, I don't even know about that one. So Neil goes with the wide ball, looking for his captain. Good spoil there from Frost. Tap down on the bounce there to Hardwick. It spills out. Did well there, Hardwick, actually. Step through. McKenzie. Moore. I think it's about his 9th touch of the quarter. He tried to get a kick away. Smothered. Stengel to make them pay full price. He sends it long. 2-on-1 in the Hawks' favour here. Jaff got a fist to it and Day. Oh, he kept it in. I don't know about that. Handed it through to Jaff. Oh, there's danger signs here. He goes long and wide. Very wide. And Guthrie takes the mark just inside the line. So now Tui. Can set up for a long bomb here, Zach Tui, or they can just run the perimeter here. So now to Koning. He's got the whole 50 to look at. He's going to send it long. Jumps in front. Almost took the mark there. Blitzar's Day. Trying to drag it in a little. It'll be all up. No body on Blitzar's there. He's kind of a little bit unlucky that he didn't get around Day in the end. Tap down from Meek. Stengel looks dangerous. Manor as well. Dug it out of there. Sock it off the ground from close. Neil, opportunity. Socket it away. Rowan now quick as he. Can't pick it up. Brad Close. Step through a couple. And now Close makes them pay. Real opportunity there for Hawthorn to hold up. But just the smarts there of the Geelong veterans really stood up. And now they take back their 40-plus point lead.
That was... Yeah, that was very... They had way more... Yeah, a lot of players around there, Hawthorn, but they weren't doing a lot.
Yeah, a lot of numbers, but a lot of them just... Like, Frost went to ground. That was really poor. Yeah, I mean, for all the players around that, there was no pressure on the Cat player. No one got body-lined. No one body-lined the ball either. It was really poor. So Brad Close kicks his second goal. Still 3 minutes left in this quarter. Likes of Dylan Moore starting to work into this game. Will Dave, but a lot more have to come with them. Looks like Jeremy Cameron's moved to the wing here on D'Ambrosio. Wouldn't want them to get him. Wouldn't want to get Cork in the back 50. D'Ambrosio against Jezza Cameron. Tap down from DeConing. Couldn't grab it cleanly there. Was Newcomb. Had a jumper, held a little. He'll get the free. There's a lot of Hawthorn fans who cheer for that one. He goes wide and Dylan Moore can go. Well, he set up the last two opportunities at goal. Has to hold it up for the moment. Usually composed. Goes long into the pocket. And Humphreys, I should have taken that. Dropped a pretty simple mark. Watson locks up the arm. Great tackle. Threw it towards the boundary line. Oh, he's going to get the free.
I don't know if that was holding the ball, but...
I think he threw it out. I think that's why. So Nick Watson gets the free kick. And a chance here for Hawthorn to get the quick reply. That's a great tackle, though.
Yeah.
So Nick Watson doesn't kick a lot of goals. He's had a few opportunities at goal in his career so far. He's missed a lot of them. But maybe with no pressure on him, he'll go back! The Whiz Kid! Oh, he's nearly got it! Just missed.
That one.
The absolute wizardry almost out there.
6-18.
So long kick here. Great mark in front there with Scrimshaw. Still 2 minutes to go in this first half. Hawthorn opportunity. A dangerous kick there to Warple. Strong hands. Few options here on 50. One of them's McKenzie. Jaff just working his way. Sneaking inside the 50. Great option. Great work. So now CJ. An opportunity. He's had a bit of an up and down first half. But an opportunity to kick a goal late. Dimmer needs to say in his press, we love coming to Marvel. Yeah, I think he needs to start saying that because I don't think it's really translated to his team. We hate coming here. That's what he says to every single other stadium now that's not the Gold Coast. So now Jaff. He could be a bit of the fire starter for them. In the shadows of half time, Jaff goes back and gives them some hope going into the main break. This is good work here. I like this from McKenzie. He could have blasted away along, but he took an extra step just to set himself and then found Jaff just sneaking inside the 50. As soon as they came off the boot, he went to celebrate too. Is it just me or does Nick Watson look like he wears eyeliner? It's very fancy eyes. I love them. It's very much the... you remember Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the lead guy for the song? It was the lead singer of Loaded Diaper. If anyone remembers that, he's got the eyes of that guy. If anyone remembers that, I'm sure everyone will have that memory. Anyway, great bounce from the umpire. Oh, I thought for a minute he wasn't going to call it. Two teams can win the granny. It's a bit sad. Who are the two teams do you think Strickers? So tap down from DeConing. Great work here from Warple. Can they get another late one here, Hawthorn? He takes a bounce. Takes a second. He may load up James Warple. He's going to go long. One-on-one is Mitch Lewis. He was stronger, just couldn't mark. Watson tucked up in the pocket. He kept it in. Still in bounds. Blitzar's looking for the boundary line. Taps it out of bounds. So Hawthorn having an opportunity late here.
They get another one here, Hawthorn. They'll take a lot of momentum into the second half.
Mitch Lewis would have marked that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Still a bit unlucky, but that's okay. Hawthorn really finding some form late. High on Meek, wasn't paid. Dangerfield clearing ball towards the wing. High ball. Good spoil from Cameron. Out the back though is Day. Can he gather it cleanly? He's a bit under pressure here. He goes to ground. Rowan. Wrapped up by Scrimshaw. Great tackle. Should have been pinned. Wasn't paid. Close. Going to get a high one. Oh, fuck me.
Jesus Christ.
And he goes inside 50 for Stengel. Impey did okay, but Stengel brought it to ground. And now it's a free kick going Impey's way.
Jesus.
Sydney Carlton. Oh, I think Brisbane are there as well. I wouldn't count them out just yet.
How
That's
long-
holding the ball. Fuck me, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous fucking decision from the umpire. But nonetheless, they don't pay the full price there, the Hawks, luckily, because that was ridiculous. But nonetheless, at halftime, the Cats have a great 34-point lead. They've been the way better team in this first half, and it shows on the scoreboard. So at halftime, scores are 9-7, 61 to Geelong. They lead by 34 points over Hawthorn, 4-3, 27. All right, guys, we're back in about 20 minutes for the second half. Guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 69. LOL. We are children of the Boundary Riders podcast. Have a lot to talk about today. We've got a little bit of announcement to start off things. We'll look at the breaking news of the suspensions and injury front. Also, a big one, we're going to be doing our rest of season predictions. Of course, now all the buys are over. Everything is at parity, so we'll be looking at the rest of the season. We'll be looking at Port Adelaide as well. Obviously, a Port fan, my brother, so we'll talk about them, our tips, and of course, AFL Fantasy Breakdown. So let's not waste any more of your time. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. G'day guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Boundary Riders podcast. We do have a lot to talk about today. We'll first be covering the injuries and suspensions throughout the weekend. Also got some news about Gather Round next year. I also want to take a look at the Fremantle Dockers. The Flog of the Week, of course. We'll be taking a look at our tips and the AFL Fantasy Breakdown. So let's not waste any more of your time. Let's roll the intro and get straight into it. And then Rankin from the pocket, don't tell me, oh, Isaac Rankin!
Yeah.
He's just got the license for a brothel.
Well, I think Gather Round's going to be more than just AFL this next season.
It's at the handle at the back. Nick Dacos to get the pies home. He's done it. So guys, as well, I think it's going to be every fortnight. Now my brother will be able to join me for the podcast. So this week he is out. Don't worry, I'm still in. I can carry two people. That's fine. I'm like Paddy Cripps before they got decent, the Blues. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be doing the episode today, and my brother hopefully will be joining me next week. So, just wanted to talk a little bit about the video that I dropped. This was obviously last Monday. So, the journalism video that I dropped, obviously that did drop, and then we did the podcast. I think it was on Monday afternoon. So I didn't really get to talk about it too much, but seems like I got some very good feedback. Most people did seem to enjoy it. There were a couple of people who didn't, but that's okay. I just want to cover a few things about it. There were a couple of people who said things like, probably one that did come up a little bit was the Tom Morris one. Maybe a little bit of a stretch to say that Melbourne, to blame Tom Morris for Clayton Oliver's downfall in the off-season. I can see why that's kind of the case. I understand that. I just think that Tom Morris, the reporting on the trade rumours and all that sort of stuff, like the way I think he was the real catalyst into getting all his. I know he did have a off-field issue with like some doctors and that throughout the middle part of last year. So that was probably a big one as well. So I do get that, but I do think that without Tom Morris reporting on something that, you know, doesn't need to be reported on, I don't think it needed to be, about it like a disciplinary meeting or whatever. There was no reason he was going to be traded. There was no, and that, I feel like I did mention it to someone in the comments as well, saying like, the fact that there was a trade rumour of Clayton Oliver leaving, and then 2 days later, the trade, like the fact that Melbourne was, the rumour was that Melbourne were getting rid of him, and then 2 days later, Melbourne were going to keep him. So I just feel like that, how can it just be so, like 180, like a 180 change in the space of 2 or 3 days about a player moving clubs, a player that's signed to their club for 6 or 7 plus years? I just feel like it's very far-fetched. And yeah, I just think without the added pressure of all that, Clayton Oliver, you know, seems like this year when he has came back, he has tried to prove to his teammates that he wants to be there, and I think that's fair enough. But I mean, I think it's very hard for an AFL player to get all this kind of scrutiny thrown at you, all this kind of like questions thrown at you. Like, I saw so many. There were a couple of people in the comments that were saying, "Oh, he's a drug addict. Who cares?" It's like, bro, who have you heard that from? 3 tweets on a fucking Reddit thread? I mean, you're a moron, bro. That even if Clayton Oliver does do drugs, which has never been reported, by the way. I mean, other than, like, I think it was a fake tweet from Mitch Cleary saying that he did drugs, and, like, it was not that Mitch Cleary made a fake report. I think someone, like, made a fake Twitter account and said it, and people took it as gospel, because people believe anything that's mentioned on Twitter is true, when 99% of the time it's fucking false, and if you do some actual, one Google search, maybe you'll find, maybe it's not true that Clayton Oliver's on drugs, because a account that says Mitch Cleary in it with his profile picture, that's for some reason has a 3 different numbers in the profile and it's different to his regular account. Yeah, that's got to be true. It's like, bro, how about you open your fucking brain and realize that's maybe wrong? Anyway, I just think without all the reporting that started with Tom Morris's report of him getting to shape up or ship off, if without that sort of report that, like I said in the video, I believe, which I think most people would have believed as, and I think anyone with a logical brain would have said, okay, that's more Melbourne trying to get him to shape up because he's acting like a tyrant, a little child, and he needs to shape up. And telling him or ship off would basically mean like a parent telling a child to do it or you're going to boarding school. It's not like an empty threat. It's more like, a more mature person telling you that you need to do better, or there will be ramifications for it. But that obviously spiraled into Geelong were going to pick him up, the Crows were going to pick him up. They were throwing all kinds of trade rumours, and that obviously started it. But then obviously he's going to not work every day, but he was in his off season. I'm sure he couldn't even go down to the shops without someone looking at him and saying, "Hey, are you going to the Crows at the end of the year?" Or someone yelling out, "Oi, Clayton," or you got to remember these players get hounded by people all the time, like just people just to get a photo or whatever. So imagine if you were in the limelight for, doing drugs, leaving clubs, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure he would have had a lot of mental issues. And we saw in the off season that he had issues with the police with his driving and had to go to hospital for a seizure and all this sort of stuff, which, I mean, I'm sure, I may be wrong about this, but I'm assuming that seizures, a big contributor to seizures is mass stress. And I feel like with all that the report should have been held off at least for a couple of days until you get all the evidence, because all the evidence, the evidence that he had was Melbourne had a disciplinary meeting and said that he was said that to shape up or ship off. That was all he had, and that just spiraled into he's going to the Crows at the end of the year. He's going to the Crows in the off season, which obviously never happened, and yeah, I think that's a real reason why, I believed anyway that he was a big catalyst into the off season of Clayton Oliver, and we've seen this year that he hasn't had a good year because he was off for so much of the off season going into the 2024 season. So yeah, I mean that's just what I think anyway. Now there was another one as well about Caroline Wilson and her comments about having the WA environment be the has to be looked at when looking at the the passing away of Cam McCarthy. And some people did bring this to the point of there was 4 deaths in 6 years at Fremantle, and that's what she was trying to allude to. And look, I get that, but again, I mentioned this in the comments to someone because when people are not being nice, just suggesting reasons, I was more than fine to respond to them, and I did. There are a couple of people who are morons, and yeah, I'll get to them in a minute. But yeah, someone was I think she was more alluding to the fact that there's been 4 deaths from Fremantle players in 6 years. And so the players were Colin Sylvia, Harley Ballock, Shane Yarran, and obviously Cam McCarthy. So look, I think Harley Ballock, I believe, had a big drug issue, and I think so did Colin Sylvia. Shane Yarran was formerly in prison as well, and Cam McCarthy was, he had a lot of mental issues and stuff. So I think there's obviously other factors as well. So that was one point I made. This isn't a WA issue. Yes, yes, it's very interesting that it was not interesting, but it's very weird that 4 people have died in 6 years at Fremantle who were at the Fremantle Football Club. But they've obviously had a lot of other circumstances, and for another thing as well, Colin Sylvia and Harley Ballock played for Melbourne. Are we going to bring Melbourne into the situation? I mean, I don't know. But also brought up the point as well as like, I mean, with that logic that Caroline Wilson is trying to allude to, you could make the same argument for Richmond and Shane Tuck and Danny Frawley, taking their lives. Because both of them, Richmond was... Danny Frawley was still coaching Richmond when Shane Tuck was playing, and they passed away a year, I think not even a year apart from each other. I mean, I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying that if you're going to use Caroline Wilson's logic, then that's... I mean, you could just make that argument as well. That's what I'm getting at, and that's what I'm trying to point out, that, it's not that Caroline Wilson cares or she's trying to bring something important to light. It's the fact that she's bringing up she's making a big, outrageous claim that will get clicks, that will get engagement, that will get rage bait, that will, all that sort of thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say, I'm not saying that Richmond have anything to do with it, or Melbourne have anything to do with it, or Fremantle have to do anything with it, or WA in general have to do with it. I think it's a whole AFL issue with, men's mental health, but we've even seen AFLW players, taking their own lives. So it's an AFLW footballing issue that needs to be addressed. Just to throw it on, it's WA's fault. It's like, what are you talking about? It's not just WA's fault. It's everyone's fault, and the AFL have to do better with it. And I think that's a fair statement to make. And I mean, there are a couple of people in the comments who are bringing that up, and I responded to them, and they seem pretty you're kind of right, and I kind of disagree, and that's fine. If you don't agree with me, I'm not going to sit here and fucking cry about it. If you don't, I'm not going to try to change your opinion. I'm just saying that's kind of how I saw it. What was another one that I saw? Someone said you should have changed the AFL, what was the title of the video? AFL journalism is a joke to woke because AFL is woke. And bro, if you... Are you brain dead? That was got nothing to do with the video. I don't know, by the way, that commentary video that I did, I don't know what audience that hit, but every single comment, in the last week or two, when it went up again in views, it hit some audience of red pill old men who fucking hate women apparently, because every single comment is oh my god, you didn't absolutely tear Kelly Underwood a new asshole. She is so bad. You suck. Or, women should be doing all the jobs in the media because they're so good at it, like you said. It's no, I said that Kelly Underwood doesn't exactly deserve every single piece of negative reporting or negative feedback that she gets from people, that there's a lot more other issues with the AFL commentary right now than just her. So just, how about we put some more feedback on other people? But obviously other people are I made a joke about, wearing a helmet or whatever, which was a joke at both sides of whatever you think, and people took that as, they're making fun of me, I hate this guy. It's bro, I don't give a fuck what your stance is on anything. I just don't think that we need to be taking it out on one specific person. I feel like there's a whole issue with that. And same thing with the journalism video. The video had nothing to do with men, women, children, or politics, or anything like that. So I don't know why you would say, change the title to AFL is woke. It's bro, if you use that word, just because you heard some fucking somewhat smart person say that word, doesn't make you smart. It makes you sound like a fucking moron and you don't know what's going on in the world. It's just because you said a buzzword doesn't make you sound smart. It makes you sound like a fucking moron. And the video had nothing to do with quote unquote wokeness. Oh my god. I'm even thinking of making a video about a video called Is the AFL Woke or something, and just going over things about I think it's more about money than being woke. I fucking hate that word. I'm going to stop talking about it because it's making me angry. But yeah, I just think that mostly on that video, I did enjoy a lot of the feedback. A lot of people had constructive feedback, interesting points. I don't just like reading the comments and say, you're the best at it for YouTube. It's bro, I appreciate that comment, but I like reading other comments as well. So I appreciated the feedback on that video. I'm going to be trying to get the video essay out for the Hawthorn video this Monday coming. So next Monday, or this Monday, whatever day this comes out. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to try to work on next, and then maybe a video after that. I'm actually thinking about doing the AFL umpiring, because I think that we'll talk about that a little bit more later in the podcast, but that's something I think that needs to be talked about and something that I am quite interested in looking at. So I think that's something we'll be looking at. But I've been rambling on about that video for too long. So let's move into our first bit of the regular part of the podcast, which is looking at the suspensions and the injuries. So the only suspension that's really been looked at for like a week or two is Jordan Boyd. He did receive a match ban for his hit in the Richmond game. However, the Blues are going to be challenging it, so that's probably, I don't know how that one's going to go. I mean, I thought Paddy Dangerfield would have been obviously getting a week the week before, and he got away with it. So it's really a flip of the coin. Who the hell knows what Jordan Boyd's going to get with that one. There are a couple of fines either way. Ben Long got a fine for his hit on Braden Maynard. Off the ball it was. It wasn't exactly a lot in it, so I'm not surprised that it was a fine. But there is quite a lot of news on the injury front. So Josh Kelly is actually going to be out for 5 weeks for the calf strain. That's really disappointing for the Giants. They really need him if they're going to be pushing into the finals. Good news on James Sicily. It looks like he'll be all good to go for the game against the Cats. Obviously, he came off with that shoulder/rib injury, I think it was. I can't remember. It was like a rib, I think, in the game last week, and it seems like he's all good to go. Harry Cunningham for the Swans will miss the next 2 weeks at least with a hamstring. That's really disappointing for me as a Swans fan. He's been massive this year as that small defender, so disappointed with that. I think Robbie Fox will probably take over for him, though. John Noble and Beau McQuarrie are set to miss the game for Collingwood on Friday night against the Bombers with injuries, and looks like Dustin Martin is set to miss this week as well after being subbed out with a back injury, so a little bit disappointing there. Dustin Martin, I watched or listened to on the way home the Footy Classified clips or whatever they put on their YouTube channel, and oh my god, who the hell can listen to Footy Classified like alive or on like 9 now, whatever the hell their app is? How the hell could you watch it? All they do is sit there and argue with each other, and then and then in between arguments, they try to throw out a big hot take that gets a click, or a little statement that they can put in their thumbnail. It's like, holy shit, bro. I mean, it's kind of, for me, I listen to it because I think it's like a crap reality TV show or whatever. Like, it's not good, but every now and then you kind of need some shit content to listen to just to make yourself feel a little bit better and laugh a little bit. And the amount of times I was listening to it today on the way home, just thinking, oh my god, how the hell can they go to work every couple of times a week to Footy Classified and sit there and sit with the most insufferable people on the planet? I mean, it must be so frustrating. But yeah, anyway, they were just bagging about Dustin Martin, like, oh, he should have taken the like Sam McClure was like, yeah, you know, he should have made the trade last year and gone to the Gold Coast. Now, I said that, and look, I guess I was proven right. Shut up, you wanker. It's like, get over yourself. But anyway, I'll move on. We'll stop complaining about that. I wanted to move into our first little bit of story that I want to take a look at, which is the gather round information. So, good news for people from South Australia. It is going to be here again, obviously. And people who are wondering if they want to be coming over, the dates have been confirmed between Thursday, April the 10th next year, and Sunday, April the 13th, which will coincide with the South Australia, Victoria, Western Australia, New South Wales, and Queensland school holidays. The traditional Easter round matches will be followed over the long weekend of April the 18th to April the 21st. So basically it's going to go gather round, Easter weekend, and then whatever. So that's interesting. So, and then after that, after Easter, it will be Anzac round. So that's going to be interesting for next year. So I guess if you've got kids, or if you are a kid, get your parents to take a 3-week holiday. You can go watch the footy for the whole time. But there is one thing that is a new change. It does seem that Gather Round will next year be moving a game to the Barossa Valley. So I think that's it's good for South Australia, but it's going to be really bad for people who are wanting to go to a lot of games, because the Barossa Valley is about 70 k's north of Adelaide. I don't think Mount Gambier was that far away by any stretch. It would be at least an hour and a bit away. So I remember last year when me and my brother went to Gather Round, we went to the Mount Gambier, or was it Mount? It wasn't Mount. It was Mount Gambier. It was Mount Barker, I think it was. Idiot. Or whatever it went, wherever that game was for Sydney, we went down there twice. We went in there on Saturday afternoon and then Sunday to watch the Giants Gold Coast game. And on the Sunday it was fine, but on the Saturday we missed the first half of the Carlton game because the Swans game was at a similar. It was just a couple of hours before the Carlton game. So on Sunday it was a little bit easier because they started the game at 12, and then the last game on Sunday was at 4, so we got there in time. But on the Saturday it was like 1 and 4, and it just or no, 1 and 340 or something. It was just a little bit frustrating. So hopefully the Swans don't play in the Barossa. But I mean, I think it's good for South Australia in the end of the day. I just think at this point that, I think it's done really well at the moment. The gather round keeps on going. So it looks like the games during 2023 and 2024, they were split between Adelaide Oval Norwood and Mount Barker. So it was Mount Barker. There could be as many as 2 games at the Barossa next year, which could see Mount Barker venue scrapped from the fixture. He's not ruling anything out, though. There'll be 5 to 6 games at Adelaide Oval, like we've previously had games in the metro area. So if we want to take 2 games to the Barossa, it would be unlikely to be in Mount Barker. So it looks... Alrighty, guys, let's get ready for the third quarter, of course. And yeah, I just saw the dimmer thing at halftime. Holy shit. No, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. I actually don't mind it, to be honest. I feel like they need a little bit of a rev up. Little McAvaney, have a great weekend. Cheers, Books to Graham, I appreciate it. 34-point lead, the Cats. Second half about to get underway. Meek wins it down to Koning. Got wrapped up by Meek. Got a handball away, though. Atkins sends it high towards half forward for Blitzar's backing back. Took a good mark. So Hawthorn, I would say, need the first goal of the second half just to give them a little bit of momentum. Blitzars winds up on the left boot. Frost in the front spot, got a fist to it. Lands in front of Mitchell and Manor. Oh. Mitchell kicked it straight almost to the head of Max Holmes, who gave it off to Atkins. Out the back to Duncan. Usually a good decision maker. Wasn't a great kick though. Myers took that out of bounds. So Hawthorn down by 34 points. They did kick the last goal of the second quarter. Taken out of the ruck there by Blitzers a little bit too easily. Bouncing ball just in front of Cameron. He gathered the ricochet. Stengel got boot to ball quick as you like. It bouncing ball. Oh, a terrible bounce. Oh, Shannon Neal left it like a teammate. It just bounced straight up in the air. Meek got pushed underneath it a little. Great work there from Warple to bodyline it. Not so good with the handball. Duncan hits up Stengel just on 50. Don't know if he has the distance in him.
He's not convinced that's where the mark was taken.
Still looking around here. Stengel obviously just signed this week. He's going to set it up into the pocket. Getting back is Jaff. Got a hand to it. Manor and Day were there. Frost. Just let it go. Working through there is Rowan Manor. Myers out the back. Went about 4 metres to Stengel. About to get wrapped up. Got to kick away. Hawthorn just have to talk it out. So now Frost. McDonald at half back.
He's got no options because they're all flooded back, so...
He thought he'd turn it over instead to Colin Jasny. He goes inside the 50 with the kick. Jaff going back. Did well. Weddle. Handball over the top to Impey. To Day. They're trying to link up and run through here, the Hawks. They do pretty well. This is who they want to have it in the hands of. Weddle to McDonald. He feigned the give. Just got a kick away. Holmes almost threw it away. In fact, he's been pinned there, McDonald. Great chase there from Jeremy Cameron. Just took a little too long. He did get boot to ball, but...
And all the Hawthorn supporters were asking, well, that was paid. Why was it not paid in the previous quarter?
You would ask. Great kick inside there from Cameron. Hits up Duncan. He's got a couple of options. He's going to go the longest towards the one-on-one. And Dempsey took it down low. Unfortunately for Mackenzie, he could do nothing about that. Dempsey waited till the last moment just to push off of Mackenzie. Took it down low. He's having a great year, Ollie Dempsey. He's almost the favourite for the Rising Star now with the suspension of Darcy and Reed a few weeks ago. Already had 15 touches today, Ollie Dempsey's had a really good game. A chance here to add a goal to his tally. He snaps. Oh, he's hit it poorly.
He did that well, though, for that marking contest. He let the space in front of him, and like you said, he leapt for it at the last possible moment, so Mackenzie couldn't get anything on it.
Short kick here from Impey. Hits up Scrimshaw. Gives it back to Impey. So they're definitely trying to add some run to this game, the Hawks. He's going to send it high and long here. Up for Lewis. Good grab. He wants to go. McDonald running forward. Goes along with the kick for Gunston. He takes the mark inside 50. That's, I think, what Hawthorn have to do now. They have to run and gun. That's the way they're going to have to beat Geelong.
I think he should go back here.
I think maybe your Joel's maybe telling him now this is his chance. So Jack Gunston, what a career he's had. He'll go down as a Hawthorn all-time great. Left the club last year, wanted to come back to the homeland, and Jack Gunston from 50 hooks it on the full. Really blew that moment, that build-up. I'm going to be honest with you. Gotta be honest with you, Jack. You really broke down there. So now Duncan just works it short here to Holmes. So they've been pretty easy able to exit out of D50, the Cats, so far today. He's going to go long down the wing for Neil. Got it down towards Bose, who kept it in only momentarily, though. Oh, my God, I'm so cold in this fucking room. Holy shit. 35 points the margin. Shannon Neal just running back into his position right now. What kind of channel is this? Cooking. It's a footy channel.
Oh,
So day wrapped up will be a ball up. So now Meek won it down. Free kick's been ripped out here. It's going to go Hawthorn's way. You'll hear the cheer around the ground. Feel like they've been hard done by in the first half. So I think Meek could have won the first quarter if he did a little bit better with his taps. He had a lot of them, but didn't do a lot with them. And Sam DeConing definitely won the second term, so he has to lift. He sends it long, pushed out of it a little there was Gunston, but Kolajasny takes the mark. So he goes wide to Duncan. Probably been their best so far. Back to Stewart. No, I think that's just good body work, if I'm being honest.
yeah, he tried to fool the umpire, but...
Is this a far left channel? Oh my God. It's a football channel. Handball through there by Blitzars, out towards Atkins. Now Guthrie, step through nicely. He's going to send it long towards the 50 in front. Scrimshaw, great mark.
I think the change of him going to Cameron's...
Oh, inside kick was dangerous.
Till then.
Meek got beaten. Now Manor. Handball over the top from Holmes towards Bose. He can go inside 50. Went one way. Dodged around. He can gather it well in the end. Gives it off to Myers with his trademark kick across his body. Hooked it across the face.
Yeah.
They've missed a couple of opportunities early in this third quarter here, the Cats. Goes with a dangerous kick. What an option. Turned it over, and now Jeremy Cameron. Well, he's kicked 3 behinds from set shots today.
Like, you don't do that in your back pocket.
I think I was taught as a child that you don't kick across goal. Now look, that was a little bit not across goal exactly, but it's such a dangerous option for not much gain. But now Jeremy Cameron has missed 3 set shots today. He has kicked a goal. It comes in now, and Jeremy Cameron kicks truly.
It was about time.
It was about freaking time. For God's sake.
It's about time. Yeah, it was never the option to do that in the back pocket when... Yeah. Lot of variables there, and...
So a great kick there from Jeremy Cameron. He kicks his second goal. They lead by a game-high 42 points. Just when you thought Hawthorn was starting to work their way back into it. We're not a far left channel. We're not an anything channel. We're a football channel. I just don't like when people... Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I think it's very frustrating that everything's a political issue now. So taking it through Newcomb from the scramble, Dwayne said, we've got to start a drinking game. They're starting to get some free kicks now, Hawthorn. Newcomb gives it off to the runner in McDonald, who sends it long. High inside the forward 50. Holding out the back. Wasn't paid. Watson wraps up Guthrie. Good tackle. Spills out. Lewis gives it off to Cho. And they get the quick reply. So a good quick reply there from the Hawks, and it's back to 36 points. No, I'm not either. The teams. I'm a Swan supporter. He's a Port supporter. We just try to commentate a game each week because I like doing it and you like watching football. You just thought you'd come along just for the laughs.
And that's what that there from Nick Watson led to the goal. That forward pressure is what is needed.
Yeah, exactly.
That I think lacked a lot in that first half from the Hawks.
You need to get rid of Chris Scott. You really think that? So that's better from the Hawks. They've got two. He's got two now. Chol been a little bit quieter today, but he still had a little bit of an impact. Still in the game here, Hawthorn. They can't give up on it. Day got a terrible bounce. Blitzers. They've been dominated through here. The Hawks. Cats continue to improve in the midfield. Blitzers wrapped up by Nash. It shows when Geelong have their full grunt midfield in. They're very hard to beat.
Yeah.
So tap down from Meek. Newcomb breaking through did well. Now Moore. He can go forward. The kick inside 50 didn't have Bruce on the same wavelength. Good win today, Jack. Smashing the doggies.
Yeah, it was a nice win, but it was kind of expected that Port Adelaide would show up again after that horrible performance against Brisbane. It's just the consistency of Port Adelaide's is hard to watch sometimes as a supporter.
So interesting. It looks like the sub's being made for Hawthorn. Jack Gunston is off. Morrison is on. We'll have to find out what that's for in a moment. So Close working it forward to Cameron. He hasn't got a lot of options and he just blasted it long. He gets out the back. The absolute floater lands at the grasp of Gary Rowan, who's going to quickly play on, switch it across, and just get it to Tom Stewart. For some reason, that floater from Jeremy Cameron had some sort of meterage on it. For some reason, I think the floatiness of it just spun it forward more, if that makes any sort of sense. Do you think Craig McRae is good enough? For what? Another premiership? I don't know about this year, but they have had a lot of injuries throughout a lot of this year. So now Tom Stewart, an opportunity here to get the Cats back up by 42 points, and he's missed. Well,
Yeah.
He may be playing in the midfield a little bit, but he still kicks it like a defender at goal.
I still don't know how that's floated all the way to Gary Rowan there.
So working through nicely, there was Atkins. Fed it out now to Dempsey. At the back now, Humphries shut down. Great work from Watson again. Locked him down and got it out on the full with that kick with enough pressure. Hey, coach? I think Craig McRae's a very good coach. I think you can't get a team from 17th on the ladder the year before straight back into finals and then a premiership the year after.
No.
Good mark there coming across with Tom Stewart.
Done his whole career.
Born and bred back there. Inside kick to Tui. So 37 points. You just feel like it's a little bit closer, but Hawthorn definitely need the next couple.
I think this is good from Geelong. I think they just need a couple minutes of composure. Stop them, sort of momentum.
The kick's dreadful from Kolajasny. McDonald wants to go. Manor almost gave away 50. He gives it off now to Newcomb. They're trying to spread the field here, Hawthorn. He gives it off Hardwick. Now D'Ambrosio from 50. Lines it up to the top of the goal square for Nick Watson. He gets out the back and eventually runs through for a behind. Don't know about the long kick for Nick Watson in the goal square for the marking option, but
I think either D'Ambrosio should have had a bounce and kept going, or because he didn't have the option because it was a 4-on-1 with Nick Watson in the square.
So it does look like Jack Gunston's been subbed out tactically. So kick out there from the Cats. It looks like it's going to be coming back. Trying to work through there as Warple and taken out of bounds. You're going to sub? Appreciate that. Anna Borentz. Hopefully Collingwood miss the finals. I would like to think so, but I feel like they'll make it. They have enough games at home. And that they lost to Essendon, who's in the A. Let's not put it out there.
Yeah, but they never...
Yeah, they never... they were due to win a game against a big team. And taken high there, surely. Wasn't paid there to Newcomb, in fact. 10 minutes still to go in this third quarter. It's 36 points. Tap down. Moore got a hand to it. Stewart kicked it straight into Meek. I don't think he felt it. Warple almost dropped that. Under pressure here. McKenzie wrapped up by Manor. Sitting on top is Nash. Just feel like Hawthorn need the next goal just to give them a little bit of hope in this game. Tap down from Meek. Couldn't grab that one. Nash. Good tackle on Dangerfield. He fed it through nicely. Manor. High ball. In front. Couldn't mark Frost. Now Morrison. First touch for him. Good kick in the end. Found Nash. He threads it through now to McKenzie. Gives it back to Nash. He's got a handball option over the top. He's going to bomb it long. Pack of players form. Going backwards. College Asney. Great mark.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the option there from kind of Nash. Just bomb it long.
Yeah, he had a handball over the top. Short kick finds Henry. So they're just threatening Hawthorn without putting it on the scoreboard. But the Cats have really stood up well.
They're doing this alright here, Hawthorn. They're trying to keep the pressure on them and not make it easy for them to kick out.
So Humphrey switches it across here to College Asney and further across here to Tui.
Got to make them kick it long.
Trying to choke them on this wing here, the Hawks. So he sends it long. Coming across nicely, brilliantly. There was Newcomb. He plays on immediately. Centre half forward is Warple, who wants to wind up. He played on a little bit prematurely. He gives it off to Dylan Moore. And here they come, the Hawks! Great kick there from Dylan Moore. You called it in the second term that he needs to lift. And he's definitely inspiring his team. He's the captain today, I believe. James Sicily is out. That's great work there from John Newcomb. It's definitely been a directive from Sam Mitchell to get them moving. That's a great kick from Dylan Moore as well. 30 points to the margin. They desperately needed that one just to break through to back to 5 goals. Thought Warple was about to mess that up then.
Yeah. But he did it smartly, though, because he stopped. He realised that they've been bombing it just bombing it inside 450, and he got the easy handball to Dylan Moore, and he's normally reliable.
So that's his first goal of the night, Dylan Moore. He's had 16 touches, had a brilliant second term. Gets a goal there. Back in the middle. This is where Hawthorn seriously needed a lift. Meek couldn't get boots of ball. Atkins shut him down. He went back and got it, but shut down by 3 Cats. So 8:23. Still on the clock in this third quarter. There's so much time left in this game. The Cats have had some opportunities in this quarter to try and put this game almost to bed, but they haven't been able to. Warple had their head down, then grabbed his head. Wasn't going to get the free kick there.
I kind of like that didn't give the free kick.
Yeah, to be honest, but...
Yeah.
Meek taps it down towards Dangerfield and Warple. Warple fed it out to Amon, who ducked the head. Tried to duck out of there. Did okay. Nash couldn't gather it. Close kicked it off the ground. Cameron got a handball out, but got shut down. Great work from Scrimshaw, who body lined it. Handball over to the top. Warple. He's been good. Meek. Little step back. Then got smothered. It ricochets back to him, but he couldn't gather it cleanly. Clark shut down. Got a handball away. Warple. Back to McKenzie. About to get tackled. Didn't take possession. Had hold of it for him for a moment. Ball shut down. So for all that play, they're back where they were a moment ago. He did a little step back and then just kicked it straight into him.
It's not the play you want to give it to.
Meek takes it out of the rack, immediately shut down by De Koning, sorry.
I think every coach would always tell you, never handball it to your ruckman.
He had the quick step though. Tap down. Moore got a handball clear, only as far as Holmes. He put it on the boot quickly. Up and under towards half forward on the bounce. Cameron trying to play for the free, didn't get it. Stengel kept it in front of him, then went to ground. McKenzie, the stiff arm. Gave it to Scrimshaw. Out the back. Amon.
Terrible.
I think he kicked it to the wrong jumper, and he's turned it over. And now an opportunity for Brian Myers. Carl Amon, what is that kick?
He normally hits those.
It looked like that was his option. It was that... That looks like the kick he was going for.
He's trying to kick it to Warple, and it's just... it was the worst possible moment to do that.
So Brian Myers was in All-Australian form earlier in the year. He's tapered off a little, but he's still a quality player. To send back the margin to 6 goals again. Umpire does not move. Great finish from Brian Myers. So a good goal there. They needed that one just to blow back a little bit of momentum away from the Hawks. Oh, that kick from Amon. Holy crap, that was bad. And Sam Mitchell.
You just can't believe it. Yeah.
So he's only had 10 touches so far, Myers, but all his disposals are quality. And stands right next to the man who basically awarded them the goal. So there's still 6:40 on the clock, but again, when Hawthorn just try to threaten to come back, the Cats respond. Bowes handballed it through to Dangerfield, over the top to Clark. The veteran and the youngster combine. The kick on to Cameron was brilliant. Down low, good mark. Is he setting up for the long ball? I don't know about that. He pointed to high, almost Babe Ruth style. He's going to send it long once again. Looking for Gary Rowan. Chol got back, good mark. So maybe your Chol playing in the ruck at the moment. He takes the mark.
He's so much on his line there.
Yeah, I know. He's backed all the way across. He goes long with the kick. Going backwards, Jezza Cameron almost dragged it down. Warple handball forward. They have the overlap here, Hawthorn, but Moore has to stop for a moment. Treads some water. Goes with the kick long. He gets out the back. Hardwick's been pushed forward. He's been good in this situation.
My
Just
God.
thumps it long for hope. The bounce will matter. This has to be called insufficient intent, surely. Oh, no way. Where else was he kicking that Blake Hardwick?
That was a horror.
Let's put it this way. Was he going for goal? Where else was he going?
That has to be paid. Like,
That's a shit
if
decision.
if that's in the back pocket and he does that, that's going to be paid.
Nash won it down. McKenzie just got away from a couple. The kick wasn't the greatest.
Oh.
Duncan 1-2. Juggled it on the third. So he wants to play on now, Mitch Duncan. Switches the play. It's a long kick. It's a dangerous one. Good work done there from both players. Dempsey went to the ground now. McDonald. He sets himself up. Got touched. It's over the top for Chol. Nonchalant movement. Gave it off. Back to McDonald with the stiff arm. He broke through and then missed it up. He almost stiff-armed and goal, but he stiff-armed and kicked it into the player in front of him.
He wanted to take the glory, but I know he didn't have a lot of time, but he had the players in the
Had a
to the
handball
right
to
to
him.
I don't know.
He goes long with the kick here, the Cats, but MP took it well. Jaff took it out of his grasp, but the kick inside 50 to Dylan Moore. Take it back. He's got to take this one back himself.
He's just got to do it all. Yeah, he's just got to take the pressure.
Well, look, he doesn't have the body shape of a Cripps or a Bontempelli who we've seen get on their backs and take their team home, but Dylan Moore, that may be his responsibility today. So he kicked the goal a little bit earlier. It comes in, Dylan Moore. Well, has it got the distance? Dylan Moore is giving the brown and gold a real chance. Well, he's the one who's going to have to get them there tonight. And the Cats may have to shut this guy to get guy down. Maybe Tom Atkins has to go to him. Because right now I feel like the only hope of Hawthorn somehow stealing this game is on the back of Dylan Moore.
And why the hell would you take him off? He's the only
They're
one
saving
keeping
him
you
for
in it.
they're saving him for a last quarter 5-goal performance.
He's the only
Can you believe this guy was on the rookie list? So many people look past him, and now he's one of the most important players at Hawthorn right now. 29 points. It's under 5 goals now. 4.5 minutes to play. A lot of things going against them, but you wouldn't count this young side out. From the tap down, Day tapped it through to Impey. He'll stream off the wing. He goes long. He gives it off to Meek, who goes long with the kick. Out the back. Mitch Lewis got hands to it, couldn't mark. Kolajasny to Duncan. He can handle over the top to Humphreys. They can work it through nicely here, the Cats. Dempsey, the youngsters can... boy, shut down! Day took that in the stomach.
Oh.
And that winded him. All his teammates get over to him. They know that was tough. Oh, it's the jaw.
Yeah.
I thought it was the chest. That's the jaw. He probably have to come off, Will Day, which is really unfortunate, even for just 20 minutes. Oh, they played a free kick there. So Stengel gets the ball at half forward. He handballed it to himself, did well. Over the top from Rowan. The bouncing ball for Jeremy Cameron to get the reply on the right boot. Back over 5 goals. They just keep the Hawks at bay. Jeremy Cameron's got 3.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like,
Surely you have to stop play if a player's down, like right in front of the umpire.
Yeah, and like you've got it's 17 v 18 there. Like I don't think like that's just.
Look, I mean, I know that people would make the argument to say that like, oh, he's only like injuries shouldn't stop the game every time, which I kind of get, but that was a head clash, which usually stops the game.
Yeah, and it's right there next to the umpire. Like common sense is never in this game, but it is when the Swans play it.
Oh. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Common sense for the Sydney Swans. It always happens against Richmond a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Common sense.
What do you mean Essendon?
No, it was Richmond, wasn't it?
What the point, the goalpost?
No, the couple of years ago when.
Oh, when Chad Warner kicked it into the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Common sense prevailed that day.
Ooh,
Close got met hard there by Frost out on the wing. A little bit lucky there, but I think that was just professional from Sam Frost. He's going to set it up. High ball inside the 50. Ball hit down. Great road from Myers. Got it smothered. Morrison gives it to Impey. Kick away. Got smothered. Up and under ball. Tried to gather it. There was Warple. Got met high almost by Stengel. Ball up.
Ooh.
3 minutes on the clock. It's 35 points. If the Cats get the next one...
I'm surprised he's still on the field here.
He's still breathing in the big ones, Will Day. I think maybe he's a bit winded as well. From the tap down, Warple roved it well. Jaff clears it. Out towards the outside the defensive 50. Lewis got a hand to it. Couldn't mark Bose. Had a little bit of extra time. Sends it high. Sends it long. Got hands almost to it. Neil. Out the back is Brad Close, who takes his opportunity. What a goal there from Brad Close.
And that's probably game, really. That'll probably be enough. That's probably enough.
Just when the young Hawks were threatening, the old firm of the Cats stand up. Just take it away from them. Like candy from a baby, the Cats. Great take. So back to what it was about 10 minutes ago, 41 points. He's kicked 3 today, Brad Close. He's had a good evening. So still 2:44 on the clock. The highest lead they've had was a 42-point lead. Will Day's finally been taken off the ground. He's still hunched over. He can barely breathe. Tap down from Meek. Warple stepped through one, then got dragged down by Tom Stewart. And he gets pinned. He did spin through a tackle. Probably was his prior. And Tom Stewart has the free in the centre circle. He wants to go long. They want to put this game to bed now, the Cats. Good spoil there from Seamus Mitchell. But it's high. And Stengel, who's been pretty quiet, an opportunity to send this out to a game-high 47-point lead. They've been challenged a few times today, Geelong, but every single time they've stood up to Hawthorn's pressure, stood up to Hawthorn's goals, and a chance here for Stengel to well and truly put this game to bed. He's yet to kick a goal, only had the 10 touches today. The club gave him faith when there wasn't a lot around in the football space. And now Tyson Stengel misses a big opportunity to put this game away. 42 points to the margin. It keeps the door barely ajar here for Hawthorn. Oh, Scrimshaw just kicked it out on the full. Yeah. Oh, they're starting to fall apart a bit here, Hawthorn. Sam Mitchell can't wait for three-quarter time. They send it long. High for Rowan. Couldn't get the mark down. Newcomb wrapped up. Ball up, and Rowan just parades himself a little. 1:21 on the clock. Deep inside the Cats forward 50. Tap down. Who can get there? Stengel trying to get through to ball. Warple just shoved him to ground. Pull up. Well, what do you guys think of the attendance number at the Cattery? What's it, 40,000? That's pretty. I think that's one of the biggest they've ever had. Newcomb wrapped him up. Holmes trying to get a handball away. Almost a throw. Jath wrapped up. Frost just stole it out of his grasp. Oh, handball it to the voice. Oh, ball up. Okay. Minute to go. If Hawthorn can just hold on, get Sam Mitchell to talk to them a little. Oh, Frost, what's he thinking? He got a boot ball from the stoppage. It bounces away. Got a bit lucky. Bose try to put the stiff arm on. Good tackle from McDonald.
Hold the footy. Surely.
Oh, what?
Oh, come on.
He dropped it on the ground, umpire. Oh, fuck me. Anyway. That's a free kick not being paid. Blitzar's got a handball away. Meek. Handball through to Mitchell. Further back now to Impey. 41 seconds. Can they get a late one here, Hawthorn? The kick was brilliant, was okay, but Stewart thumps it out of bounds. How was that not fucking paid? I don't care if he hasn't a pro. He dropped the ball on the ground.
Yeah, it's illegal disposal.
And then he dragged it back in as well. Oh, fuck, man. Whatever. Rip Hawthorn, yeah, at the moment. Tap down from Blitzars. Couldn't grab it cleanly there, Holmes. Newcomb tapped it through. Blitzars wrapped up on McKenzie, then dropped it again. And for some reason, this one's rewarded. So McKenzie will get the free kick. Maybe a late chance. 20 seconds left. Looks like they may just be okay to go into three-quarter time down by 7 goals. It's actually a nice kick. Good mark in the end as well. Can't be play on from a mark though. D'Ambrosio went to go. So it's going to be taken back here to Lloyd Meek. 9 seconds left.
Hopefully they can mark it here.
He gives it off to Mitchell, who can go over the top here to D'Ambrosio. 3 seconds. Can they get a mark in time? It's high and long. And at three-quarter time, the siren sounds now. Hawthorn are going to have to make an almighty comeback to steal this one. So the Cats have been brilliant. At home, at the Cattery, in front of nearly a record crowd. The Cats lead at three-quarter time by 42 points. Geelong, 13-11-89 to Hawthorn, 7-5-47. Thank you, Dwayne. Around the planet, as you would say. Wherever you're listening, around the planet. Oh, you gotta love to hear it, don't you? It's the best from the scramble. Guys, in the chat, let me know what your favourite Dwayne Russell quote is. What the fuck is this? Why did this come up? Oh, okay, whatever. Mine's from the wherever you are around the planet. What's your favourite? From the scramble, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I was like a big fan of it. Alright, from the scramble.
From the scramble. Every day I'm humbling. Oh, my ear. Oh. This world, this game. You must not be very good then, Simon Good. That was a 15.
That was good.
What? Oh, okay.
God.
Didn't I make you one?
Yeah, three-quarters at half time.
You want me to make one now? I've got like 4 minutes left.
Nah, that's right.
Oh, I'll make you one after the game. When you watch the new video. It's footy from all angles. So, guys, who you got in the last quarter? Who do you think? Who do you think's going to win? If you don't think Geelong, then I'm sorry, but I think you're wrong. Just another Sunday, oh yeah. Okay, I got a scam call. I'm so excited. Thank you, whoever that was. Yeah, I'm gonna be in AFL fantasy this week. It's already over.
Unless Will Day comes back on the field.
Quite right, he's got 147.
Yeah.
So
Anything on him?
nothing about Will Day at the moment. So players starting to move back into their positions now, guys. 42 points the margin. The Cats kicked the last goal of the quarter through Brad Close, who's had a really good game. Seems like it's almost dead and buried, this one, but we'll see if Hawthorn can fight their way back. They're going to have to find 7 goals to level the scores, 8 to win it. So players are ready to go. Siren sounds at GMHBA Stadium. 42 points. Can Hawthorn somehow work their way back into it, or will the Cats continue to chug along, keep their form in the 8, and maybe even push their way towards the top 4? Tap down from Meek. Newcomb wrapped up, couldn't get the ball out, so early stoppage once again.
Well, Will Day's back on the field.
So that's good news for the Hawks. That wasn't 20 minutes though.
And, well, then it must not have been.
Yeah, it must have not been a head clash, but anyway. Stewart went to ground, got a handball out. Manor tried to step through. Warple wrapped him up. Really like the game of Sean Manor. Playing like every single game matters for him. Obviously, he knows how important an AFL career is. Amon sends it towards the 50 for Chol. Did well to body Kolajasny underneath it. Duncan running after it. Chol just shoved him aside and left the ball behind him. Kolajasny tapped it back under him. Chol tapped it forward towards Bruce, who's been pretty hard done by today. And Duncan gets wrapped up. Someone who could get into this last quarter would be Luke Bruce, but he's been held pretty... I don't know how many touches he's had, but definitely wouldn't be over 5. Yeah. Tap down from Meek out the back towards Warple. We can give it to Day, who immediately went to ground. So Will Day's all good. For any Hawthorn fans out there, it's good to see. His first game of the year was against the Swans back in round 7, I believe. So good to see him back. Moore, step through, did nicely. Aim on Nash, through to Impey, back to Moore. He can get them started. He sends it long to the top of the goal square. Michelos has the sit! Can he take the moment?
He didn't get that high off the ground. I think Jack Henry just misjudged that horribly.
So Mitch Lewis, he quickly runs back. He takes a quick run up.
Oh!
He's kicked the goal.
He nearly butchered that.
He's lucky he was only 15 metres out. So Mitch Lewis kicked the goal.
He's nearly butchered that.
So if you look at it again, Jack Henry's just misjudged. I wouldn't say misjudged it, but he just hasn't backed back far enough. And Mitch Lewis thought he was going to. But a good mark in the end. Good judgment there from Mitch Lewis. And he's kicked 2 on return. So Mitch Lewis has got 2. He kind of reminds me not so much of Charlie Curnow, but a lot more how his career started. Just couldn't get it going for a while with injuries. But then obviously when he got it all together, I think he can definitely have a massive career.
Yeah.
He's got that potential. Tap down from Meek, though. Stepping through well was Atkins. They'll get a clearance here, the Cats. High ball inside the forward 50. Got a high one there, Scrimshaw. Play on. Stepping through nicely there was Single. But the kick was interrupted through pressure from Impey. Kicked it out on the full. So Sam Frost will take the kick here in the back pocket. So they did what they had to do first of all. The first
Oh,
cab
what
off
is
the
he
rank
doing?
as he went for a big torp. Didn't really come off the boot nicely, but it may work. McDonald through to Day. Off half back, he feigned to give one way, then went back the other. They try to thread through hands here, Hawthorn. He's got Mitch Lewis here, Bruce. He decides to go along with the kick. Guthrie wasn't expecting it to get all the way through to him. He goes to ground. Chol wraps him up. And a ball up.
Looks like they've sent Blake Hardwick forward, so could he do some... Yeah, I don't know what Sam Frost was doing.
Sam Frost has those sort of moments every now and then, but it may have worked out for them. Bose, he'll get the clearance here. Just on the wing, in front was Sam Frost. He can't gather it well. Got in the back there from Neil, not paid. And another stoppage. Tap down, Warple. Gets it towards centre half forward. McDonald's there. It's tapped down. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go the Cats' way. So
Well,
Stewart takes the advantage. I don't know about that, but anyway.
Yeah.
So Henry takes the ball here, just inside the defensive 50. Back to Stewart. So the Cats, they don't have to do a lot here. They just have to take time off the clock. It's now to Koenig. Probably been the best player this afternoon. So now De Koning goes along with the kick. In front was Blitzars. Fist into ground. Day shrugged through the tackle well. Nash got beaten to it by his own teammate in Warple. Myers, Bose, they can go through the middle now. Humphreys inside the 50. Great kick from the young man. And Shannon Neal just needs to go back, take the time, and put it through the middle.
He's normally reliable, so...
So now Shannon Neal, he's kicked 2 this afternoon. He's the apprentice to Tom Hawkins. He's been in the team the last couple of weeks. He's growing before our eyes, but he's left this one out to the right. 37 points. That was a great kick from Humphreys. Don't know a lot about him, but he played his first game last week. 28,000. I thought it was around 40.
No, I think that's the capacity.
Oh, okay. Still a very good crowd anyway for the Cattery. Chol goes up, takes a good mark. He wants to go. They've told to run and gun, I think, in this last quarter. Got nothing to lose. Chol goes along with the kick, but he's kicked it straight to the man you don't want to, Tom Stewart. Oh, Stewart, dangerous kick. Oh, that's high. Should be a free kick to Mitch Lewis. It wasn't paid. For some reason, that had to... Oh, I'd have to look at that again. That looks certain high. So Holmes takes a running bounce. Spun out of trouble. He's doing okay. Did well. Handball through now to Myers. Kick over the top for touch. Wasn't the greatest. And Chol took a little bit too casually there. Close tried to soccer it off the ground. They have the numbers here, Geelong. They just have to work it out. Stengel out to Humphreys. From 50, low dart to close and stolen by Jeremy Cameron, who gives it off to Blitzars, and they'll shut the game down now.
I would love to see a replay of that non-free kick to Mitch Lewis. He's still on the ground.
That has to be high. I want to see that again.
Oh, surely.
How is that not a free kick? He got an elbow to the back of the fucking head.
How?
Oh, I need to look at that again. That looked like it. I mean, look, I'm not saying Colin Jasny meant it, but it's just a free kick. I want to look at that again. Sorry, maybe I've missed it. Maybe I've misjudged it. Maybe I haven't seen it right. But that to me looked like a free kick. It's 43 points the difference, by the way. Better commentary than JH7. I'm assuming you mean Channel 7, and I appreciate that, Costa.
That has to be a free kick, and it's amazing how that wasn't. He sat on. He was on the ground and he's still. He's got
blood streaming out of his fucking head. So he's starting to get off the ground here, Mitch Lewis, which is good to see. Glad that he's got to his feet. He's been able to walk off the ground. He won't return to the ground, unfortunately, for this game. Probably misses next week on return from a massive layoff since round 3. He hasn't played. He's back in the team. He's making a bit of an impact as well.
How is that not a free kick?
That's a shocking free kick. Not to pay. How did he not pay that? And we're not saying that Jake Kolodjasny did anything wrong. It's the fact that he got an elbow to the head. It's a free kick. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's a free kick. Oh, whatever. So from the restart, trying to get it out now, Hawthorn. Dave, he takes a bounce in the middle of it. Kidinia Park. He sends it inside the forward 50, and Hardwick went back, couldn't mark it though. Humphreys went to ground. Kolodjasny bodylined it and did well. Handball through now to Blitzars. He sends it high and long. Will it stay in bounds? It goes out on the full. So it will be a free kick here to Harry Morrison. He's still bleeding out of his head too. So he's going to go down to going down to the rooms. He goes along with the kick in front. Was Henry couldn't mark. Watson couldn't gather it. Bruce trying to feed it out to a teammate. He did okay. That was a throw. Well, good news is the umpire saw that one. So Guthrie has the free kick. Works it short now to Stewart. He goes wide with the kick. Broke away there with Splitzars.
Oh, they paid this one. They paid that one. Which was there. I will give them that. But they should have paid it 2 minutes ago when Mitch Lewis did the exact same thing. Jesus Christ.
So Blitzars gets the high free kick. Sends it long. Rowan went up. Couldn't mark. Close.
Oh,
tapped it to himself. It's out of bounds though.
That was surely out.
Oh, the umpire was right there. Umpire wasn't for the theatre of the game there. To let that one go, say play on. Tap down from Blitzars. Taken there by Mitchell. Couldn't get rid of it. Almost threw it out there was Stengel. Did okay there, Cameron. Handled it straight to Newcomb though, who threaded it through nicely. McKenzie threw that away. And now Blitzars shuts him down. Tap down from Meek. Day couldn't gather it. Now Atkins going back. Did okay. Humphreys. Long handball for Cameron, who kept it in for the moment. Over the top. They worked this well. Great little slap on there by Manor. That was really smart. Just couldn't grab it there, Clark. And then Morrison wrapped up by two Cats. They're going to pin him for this. Oh, just got out in the end. So Sean Manor obviously had a massive game. 11 tackles in 14 touches as well. What a game he's had. From the tap down, goes out of bounds once again. He did play the first couple of games of the year. He's been sent back to the VFL. He's had a real impact for the Cats VFL side. Did everything he could to get back into the team, and now he doesn't want to lose his spot again. Tap down from Frost. Weird that Meek wasn't there for that contest, but anyway. Taken there by Clark. Stengel wrapped up by Impey. Ball spilled out somehow. D'Ambrosio handballed it away on as far as Clark. Neal at the back there to Atkins. Couldn't gather it. McDonald. Impey got a kick away out on the fall.
Should have just taken the contact and he took it out.
I think he's just trying to get it forward. Yeah, I think he knows that the game's pretty much done now. Goes along with the kick inside the forward 50. Brought to ground Morrison. Mitchell just jammed it on the boot, trying to clear it from the space, but Stengel's in the spot. So just inside the 50, on the Telstra logo. He plays on into the pocket. And Jeremy Cameron. He's kicked 3 goals, 3. So he's going to set up for the 4th goal. So Paddy Dangerfield's been subbed out. It's only through resting. So that's good news for the Cats. Ollie Henry is on for the first time today.
This will be bread and butter.
You putting it in the book?
Yeah.
Impermanent marker. Jeremy Cameron comes around the body. And as good as you like, he's missed it. He's missed a couple today, Jeremy Cameron. Some that you'd say nail, and then some that he's been a bit... Just couldn't get that one to bend back enough. Couldn't get that ball to talk, as Kelly Underwood would say. So now Morrison sends it long. Humphrey stands under it. Good mark. He wants to go. Kicks it to 50. He goes inside the 50. Great kick. And hits up Mana. Love calling Mana.
He deserves a goal today. He's played really well.
Good comment. Yeah, I'm not a commie. What's a commie? I'm a commie. So he's had 14 touches today, but his defensive pressure's been brilliant. He's had 11 tackles, Sean Manor. He deserves a goal. He'll kick on 50. It's going to bend back, but not enough, unfortunately, for Sean Manor. He's a player I think every single AFL fan just wants to see have a great career for the rest of it. So 45 points. Goes along with the kick. Humphrey, he's got the fist to it. Breaking through. Part of the C's there, Jack Bowes. And then a little kick over the top, missed Henry.
He's going to go. Ooh.
Morrison wanted to go. Just didn't have an option in the middle of the ground. So he's going to switch it out wide to D'Ambrosio. He takes the mark. He works it out wide. And now McDonald. They want to go with a bit of speed here, Hawthorn, but the Cats are so well set up down the field.
That's Humphreys again. He's done alright with this, a few things in this last quarter.
Bit composed as well. Good composure from the young guy as well. So Stewart works it inside to Duncan. They can just set this up slowly here, the Cats. They don't have to do much with it. So they're just going to switch it right across. Henry. This is Jack Henry at halfback. So Clark will go back to Humphrey. Just trying to pad the stats for the young guy. Don't mind it. Especially going in the AFL fantasy. Oh, the kick to the toes wasn't the greatest, but he just wanted it back. He just wanted it back, which is good to see. Humphrey goes along with the kick. Free kick in front. No, good work from Blitzers with the body work. Works it back to Humphreys. He's just racking him up in the last quarter. Stewart. They're trying to find a little bit of space to break through here, the Cats. Now they go. Atkins to centre half forward. Impey in front. Good work there from Cameron, but he gets at the back. D'Ambrosio. Nice little kick there to Bruce. He works it back now more. Across the field they go now to Hardwick. Again, they're just so well set up, the Cats. They can't go forward. Hardwick bemused at what he's got to do next. He's going to send it long towards half forward. McKenzie got almost hit in the way there by Nash. Clark over the top to Koning. Just broke through a couple without doing much with it. And then the little kick over the top to Holmes on the outer. So Hawthorn came into this game with 5 straight wins. And I was making a video about them this week and they go and lose. Oh, good. Rat poison, daughter of a suicide. I appreciate you, man. So just went inside the forward 50, Weddle. Just going to switch it now. Out the back now to Mitchell. So can Hawthorn maybe get a couple of late goals, put a little bit more respectability on the scoreboard? So Nash sets it up here on the wing for Cholg. Got hands to it and took it down nicely. Gives it off to Moore. Works it towards half forward. It's a good kick. For some reason, Bruce didn't want to mark it, but he gets a free kick. So now Bruce. Great kick inside the forward 50. Great spoil there from Max Holmes. Just looked like Hardwick was going to snaffle it. But halfway through the last quarter, Max Holmes could have been forgiven for just going a little bit lame on that, but wasn't giving up on the play. Fisted it out of bounds. Nash took it out of the ruck. Moore stepped out of trouble. Will it bend back enough? Oh, Henry. That's a nice mark. Took that in the hands behind him. So Colin Jasny has it in the back pocket. Kick short, now Tui. So do you think Geelong have a chance this year of maybe building something towards finals?
I think they can make a difference in finals. I just don't think they can go... I don't think they can go deep into finals.
Yeah, I think their midfield is a little... I think against the better teams, they're going to struggle with their midfield depth.
Yeah.
Because if it's not Dangerfield, not Atkins, and then Bowes... I mean, they've had to chuck Stewart through there, who's a defender. Great kick inside the forward 50, finds Hardwick on the lead.
I think they will make finals, but I just don't think they will do much in it.
So Blake Hardwick's been swung both ends of the ground in this season. Obviously had a massive game in gather round. Almost got his team over the line. I definitely pissed off a few Collingwood fans in the crowd that day. But now Blake Hardwick from 50.
Horrible.
He knew he can't win the game.
Yeah, there's no point in doing it.
There's no point in anybody putting it on turning it on now. So now Tom Stewart sends it high and long on this outer wing. It's been out of there most of the game. Rowan couldn't mark Morrison. Stepped through a couple, gives it out to Amon. He drives it long inside the forward 50. Off the line, couldn't mark. Great row from Moore. Handed it out to Watson. Takes the time. Handball back over the top to the voice of Bruce. Sets it up to the top of the goal square. Chol.
Oh, put two hands to it.
Should have marked that. Jaff stands on the outer, tapped it out to the voice of D'Ambrosio.
Beautiful.
Who can kick the long goal. Great finish. He's had a good year, Massimo D'Ambrosio. And gets his reward. Gave up virtually nothing for him, the Hawks. And he's delivered so much for them in his first year.
Yeah. I don't know what Mario Chol's doing there. That's one of those moments that just frustrated coaches over his career. He goes one-handed when he takes two hands to that and he takes that mark. They're just lucky that
they did get the goal at the
Yeah.
end. So 6:46 on the clock. They down by 39 points. Well, look, 6.5 goals behind with over 6.5 minutes. Who knows? Look, I'm a Geelong fan since a long time. Unless the Cats get rid of Scott, then they're going nowhere. What? I've never really heard the Chris Scott, but there's a couple of people in the chat who said that today. Why not Chris Scott? You don't think he can go back again? I'm actually genuinely curious. I'm not like trying to doubt you because I don't really know Geelong too much. McKenzie handed it through now to McDonald. Sends it towards centre half forward. Two young guns stand underneath it. Watson just couldn't mark it. Dempsey running towards it. Oh, it goes underground there, Watson. Didn't give away a free. A little bit surprising by that. But now Tui gave it through to Duncan. Now to Dempsey. Who can run off the back side of the wing. He feigned the give, just held it for a moment, then gave it to Duncan. They're just going to work it through brilliantly here, the Cats. Just nice and silky smooth. They get it pretty easily over to Rowan, who wants to go one way, ducked once, twice. Now goes into the pocket. Good spoil there from Frost. He gets out towards Henry, who fumbled. Gave it through. And head down there, Jeremy Cameron. Scrimshaw sits on top of him. It'll be a ball up. And then just gives a little fist to the chest just for good measure there, Jack Scrimshaw. He's had a couple of big iffy moments, Jeremy Cameron, on goal today. Standing all on his own on the outer. Here is Atkins. Thrown to ground there from Frost. He gets out towards Henry, who fumbled again. Stepped out of one. Gave it out towards Jeremy Cameron, who let it bounce and then taken out of bounds. He's had a good night, Jeremy Cameron, without having a great night. So tap down. Goes now to Amon, who's wrapped up. Playing shit players. Who would you say is in the VFL right now that you'd be putting in and taking out of the main team? I know Reece Stanley would be one of them that obviously they've finally changed in the last couple of weeks. Tap down from Meek. Cleared by Warple towards the wing. Humphrey stands underneath it. Good mark. But it's going to be a free kick to Mabior Chol. Oh. We love Cameron but hate Scott. Oh, okay. The inside kick from Chol. Weddle wants to go for a bit of a run. Back over the top to Chol. He'll get it back here, Weddle. Maybe he won't.
Oh
No,
God.
Chol fumbled.
Jesus, Chol should have just.
And now the Cats are going to make them pay on the counter. Henry with a low dart inside the 50.
Beautiful.
That was a bit of a worm burner there from Ollie Henry, and Jeremy Cameron down low takes the mark.
He could have had an absolute field day today, Cameron. If he
They just haven't had the matchup for him today.
no, I don't think. I thought Scrimshaw's they're moving Scrimshaw onto him worked for a bit, but yeah, they moved him towards the wing and then been interesting.
So Jeremy Cameron has kicked 3 goals for this afternoon. He could have had a bag, but he'll walk away tonight with 4 goals. Tom Hawkins, yeah. Look, I think they should have let him retire last year. Oh, sorry, they should have made him retire last year or sent him to another club. Because Shannon Neal's proved this year that he's definitely ready for AFL footy. But if Tom Hawkins comes back from injury, there's not a spot. I mean, I think he should have a spot over him. But will Chris Scott be happy to do that? That's the question. I think the setup they have right now is pretty good. They've obviously got a few injuries through their midfield. Tanner Bruin's being one. He's been pretty decent this year. I like Sean Manor, how he's played today. So 45 points once again. They've been able to keep it over 30 points for the majority of the afternoon, the Cats. Handled through now Atkins and DeConing. He's going to send it high inside the forward 50. Couldn't mark their Cameron. Maybe he's got another one in him. Got a handball away. Warple. Run after it. Got a handball over the top. Shut down by Manor. Great work, Sean Manor. He wants to keep this spot in the lineup for the rest of the year. Short kick to Myers. So now Myers went one way, ducked back, kick inside 50 was okay. Wasn't 15 though. Don't think anyone on the ground noticed. He works it inside the 50 now, and he finds Bowes just inside 50. So now Jack Bowes. It's a long way out, but I think he's got it in him. So if he kicks this would be a game high 50-plus point lead here for Geelong. He's going to set it up. Top of the goal square. Frost is there, pushed out of it by Stengel. But Mitchell took the mark out the back. He gave it off to Amon. The little pop kick was nice. Found more and he kept on running. He's got DeConing tracking him. He takes a bounce. He may take another one. Sam DeConing says, "Can you get him, please, Manor?" He works the kick inside. He wants to back here, Dylan Moore. He's not going to get it from Watson. God, Sam DeConing's done. He's like, "I've done my bit, boys." He's sucking in the big ones. He goes long for Chol. Couldn't mark. He gets out the back. Humphreys fumbled. He worked back onto it, though. Didn't give up on it. Got the kick away towards Myers, and it ran out of bounds. Very interesting. There's Sam McConing. He was like, "No, I'm done for the night." So the umpire throws it in again. Spills out the back towards Brewston Humphreys. He rappels him up, and that will be another ball up. So 2:42 on the clock. Game will wind down. Cats will get their 10th win of the season today. I've liked Manor's last quarter. Oh, that's a throw. Okay, no, probably not. Maybe not. I don't know. Myers tapped it over the top, and for all that play there, the Cats of just pushing it forward. They get a good 60 metres on the play. So where do you think the Cats finish at the end of the year?
I think they'll finish with a home final. Home elimination final. They'll finish 5th or 6th.
Do they play it down there now, or?
Well, it might be interesting. They might be able to claim that they can get a game with the GHBA.
Well, the only time they've had a final down there, they lost it. So
Yeah.
maybe they won't want it. Oh, doubt that. Free kick's going to go the Cats' way. It's going to go to Max Holmes, who's just putting a little bit of body work into young McKenzie. He plays on and sends it high inside the forward 50. Cameron is there. Impey in front. He's had a good night. I like how Jarman Impey's played it today. As I say that, he's turned it over to Brad Close, who has all the time in the world to take his time and kick his 4th. As I wrap up Jarman Impey, he makes me look foolish. Christ. Geelong's pressure's been immense for the majority of the night. And every time it has tapered off a little bit, they've been able to just find that momentum once again. It's over 50 points now. So with the live ladder, they've actually jumped into the top 4, the Cats. They may not be there at the end of the weekend. Of course, Fremantle will have the game against Richmond tonight. But if I mean, they'll still be sitting in 5th spot, you would think, after this week. So they can still make it a push towards the top 4 this season, the Cats, of course. And who knows when we get to that stage. From the clearance, Manor handballs through to Clark. Oh, they'll link up and run all the way to the goal line, you would say. Ryan Myers goes long into the pocket. Oh, almost dragged that down there, Neil. Kept it in bounds for the moment. Scrimshaw bounces off the back of his foot there, Frost. Neil kept his feet. Handballs through. Oh, close. Thought he was all on his own, but Mitchell kicks it away, turned it over. Free kick should have been paid there to Clark. I think the umpires need to go to Specsavers. What the hell was that? That was another free kick. Oh, that was the Cats' way, that one. But anyway. Do you know what it is, the highest scoring game in horrendous rain or just heavy rain? No, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's nearly 40,000 in the house, so...
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Goes high with the kick. Got a fist to it there. Watson, Chol gave it away. Watson went to ground. Gives it off to McDonald, who got a kick forward. Towards the one-on-one is Hardwick. Good gather on the bounce. He broke through 3 players. He works the kick inside to the bounce of Chol, who kept it in his grasp and then just couldn't gather it. Henry, with 57 seconds on the clock, gets the kick in towards the middle of the ground. On the bounce, Warple broke away. Maybe they can get a late chance here, the Hawks. He drives it long. Hands up. Newcomb couldn't mark on the bounce. Tui over the top for Humphreys, who body lined it well. Dragged to ground, spills out. Bowes. Long handball to Dempsey, who's been a bit quieter in this last quarter, but had a brilliant night. Guthrie, back to Dempsey, back to Guthrie. And he's just going to send it high. Who can mark? Close got hands up there. Morrison got a fist to it. Stays in bounds. Aim on. The torpedo forward. They don't really talk it out. Watson gave it through now. Impey got shut down by Manor again. Oh, he's becoming my new favourite player, Sean Manor.
13.
He's had 13 tackles. That's the second biggest 13 I've seen in my life. The other one was the Buddy Franklin 13. But the siren sounds down at Caninian Park, and the Cats just sending a message to the competition and saying, we aren't going away just yet. So a great win there from the Cats. They win against the in-form Hawks by 51 points and take their spot in the top 4 for the moment, but consolidate their spot in the top 8 for now. It's a great win from the Cats in the end. Just when I'm making a video about Hawthorn. Well, the video's all ready to go, but anyway. Alright guys, I think we're going to end the stream there. I appreciate you guys watching today. New video essay is going to be out on Monday afternoon around 3 o'clock Victorian time like there usually is. It's about Hawthorn, so hopefully any Hawthorn fans watching, they enjoy it. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that wonderful bullshit. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you all next time.
See you later, guys.